We are live. That's right. We are live once again because we are always live, folks. We are back. It's the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are here doing our thing. It's all Wednesday. So, of course, you know what that means. It means we have some AEW Dynamite. Lots of interesting bookings, lots of interesting matchups tonight. 2+ hours of fun, lots of wrestling to talk about. And
who made it to the show?
Who made it to the show? Who didn't? Hope everyone out there is staying safe and are doing well. Big shout out and big prayers to everybody in Florida right now. So let's go, folks. It's going to be a fun night. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are ready to go, and we're back at it again. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are here to take you through Wednesday night. That's right, folks. You got Hump Day in the books. We have Friday Junior, Friday Senior coming around the bend. The weekend is coming up. Background noise tripping me out. But yeah, no, we got lots of action. We got lots to talk about, and Jericho is already in the ring. Speaking of being in the ring, you have Mr. KJ White, Mr. Every Night, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I got this guy. Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. Who the f is that guy?
Are you?
Speaking of who the f is that guy, we've got the Pizza Man in the corner right now. As we've got everybody from the Jericho Appreciation Society in purple velour outfits, just celebrating the Ocho.
The Ocho for my heart.
Yeah, the Ocho and your. Ocho in your programs, Ocho in your hearts, folks.
Oh, man, it's going to be a crazy night, folks. I hope, like I said, everyone out there is doing well. Our buddy Victor, I hope you were doing well, Victor. And we did put that up. So there you go, buddy. Taking requests at all times.
Yeah, we do have a couple of people that watch us, specifically from Florida that we know of and everything. So T's and P's to everybody that's dealing with, the big bastard named Ian just causing mayhem and ruckus through Florida. But yeah,
a slow moving shitty disaster. Might as well have called it Jericho.
Right, Hurricane Jericho's in ring right now. Hurricane Jackass.
Oh wow. So yeah, how do you guys feel about the Ocho? By the way, we'll get into that a little bit tonight. We'll talk about the rest of the card. We got a couple title matches, a couple surprise bookings as far as we got Juice Robinson in the house. We got Bandito in the house. So, and then we got the fucking pizza guy. So this is one of those moments where if you're really trying to legitimize yourself and compete with the top dogs, I don't know if signing every indie, giggle moment to your show is a good idea.
Right. That's the thing, is the people who only know him are smart mark wrestling fans. Mm-hmm. This is very indie right now. Like I said, nobody who's tuning in and just flipping through is like, gee, I really got to.
Why is that guy making
fucking pizza?
Fuck, when did they get so many people?
Well, you got to add a bunch of bullshit together to make it amount to something. So they're chanting, "We want pizza."
I was like, what are they saying? Yeah, that we want pizza.
It's amazing that the Pizza Man, folks, the Pizza Man in the corner flipping the plastic pie is
I think it's real
than Chris Jericho right now. What is happening?
Like, I'm honestly watching this right now. Like this is where someone walks in the room and you're like, yeah, it's a fucking pizza guy. I don't know what to tell you.
This is wrestling. Don't judge me. This is wrestling.
Anna Jay looks like $1,005,000.
They all look like they're waiting to go to a Prince concert, and I know he's passed, but a Prince tribute act.
Right. Why are Sammy and fucking oh wait, sorry.
Oh, you cut yourself at the wrong time with that word.
I cut that one off quick. No, the Jericho caught me with that pizza line. Y'all want some pizza? The Ocho, Chris Jericho.
Now, do we want to get into this, or do we want to go through the comments first?
Let's go through some comments because we're gonna dig in hard on that.
Yeah, we'll go in hard in that and hard in the paint. Pause.
Does interim AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm lose the title to Serena Deeb tonight? I do not think so.
It could be so with Saraya coming out and talking and everything tonight in her debut. I almost wonder if they'll make Deeb a transitional champion of you give it from one baby face to the other and you just have them beat Deeb.
Maybe. I don't see I don't know. Let Tony have it for a minute. We got to figure out what Saraya's.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a reach and everything like that, but it's just an idea.
Right. Hello everyone. I'm pulling for Toni Storm tonight. Gary, welcome back. Did we miss any names? Because I know.
Gary, Dale, Chris, Edward, Dro, JV, Alexander. See, I didn't call you Alex this time. Rocco, the good paisan. Hello, everybody. And even those that are too afraid, too shy to just say hi in the chat and everything. What up?
Hello, everyone. I'm pulling for Toni Storm. Got that one. Hello, Gary Brown. Nice pick, but I'm going for Serena Deeb. Victor's going the other way.
Could be. Now Jericho is bigging up Garcia. Now
Garcia is going to be the next Ring of Honor champion.
Do you think that they're doing that? And I know we were trying to get through these comments, but that they're going to put him, like they're going to have Garcia hold both and he'll be the next person to unify them?
Maybe. Quite possible. Oh, he's got a gift for him.
Why is my name on this list? This is what it is. This is.
What are they chanting?
I have no idea. I'm trying to make it out, but
What's
there's still there's very much romance. Oh, it's a boat hat because he's going to be on the Jericho cruise. You watch, or a bucket. Yeah, it's a bucket hat.
He's fucking Gilligan,
right? But this doesn't give you Festival of Friendship vibes of a little bit of like, why is my name on that list?
Right. What do the crowd keep chanting?
I don't know, but Garcia
sounds like fight forever. But
Garcia just put his head down and it's like that kid that you shouldn't have like. Oh, the pizza man goes down.
Luigi.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh.
Danny with some bass in his voice, too.
Right. Garcia remembered he's a grown man.
Does Garcia cause Bandito to win it?
This was all just a game to get the title from Gresham to Bandito, but,
without
make it happen before.
Right? I don't fucking know, man. Anything's possible at this point. The Ocho. No, I think Jericho's going to want to have the belt for a minute because he wants to keep calling himself the Ocho. Or it doesn't matter. He's already, because he's the only one that's ever won all 8 or whatever, he's the Ocho forever now.
You got the GOAT, the boat, the Ocho. Just, if you can think of a nickname and make it like 4 letters, you're good. Yeah. And I like JV, Mamma Mia.
Mamma
Carlos,
Mia.
poor pizza guy. He's not even a jobber.
Yeah, poor pizza guy. He's legit a pizza guy.
Will a 7-foot Mario come down to help Luigi?
Right.
No, he's got to go down the pipe. Sorry, Luigi, your pizza's in another castle.
Mamma mia. By the way, JV's new avatar, the Bray Wyatt toy, very interesting.
I think I was one of the first ones to point that out of the whole Mad Hatter shtick and everything that he did in the Firefly. But that's little seeds been planted this whole time. But this is AEW night. This isn't White Rabbit night.
No. What the fuck are they chanting?
They're chanting pro wrestler.
Oh.
Yeah, because now we're getting Daniel Bryan coming out. So, I mean, to the AEW crowd, this story is over. I guess to the general wrestling audience, and I'll ask you if you're watching, is this compelling to you? Is Daniel Garcia over? It's
not bad.
I think it's a lot of, and I like Daniel Garcia. I think it's a lot of spotlight for someone who is a little bit like wallpaper.
fair enough. I've had that issue as well. And I mean, Garcia has been booked a lot.
Do you need to build up to this more? And ever like throughout this whole angle, he's just looked like, you know, the child caught in the middle of a divorce.
Is Brian booked for a match tonight?
No.
Was he on the announced card? I didn't think so. He's very much in his ring gear.
Do we get Jericho Daniel again?
Not yet. I think Garcia is going to win that title.
Oh, I believe you, but it pains me at the same time.
That's what I think is going to happen. But I don't mind him so much as ROH champion.
Keep him as pure and have him actually win some goddamn matches and prove, you know, that he's actually a talented pro wrestler versus just he's a guy that we like. So you should like him too.
Well, he's getting the Daniel rub.
Combat Club. We've got the literal devil and angel on Daniel Garcia's shoulder right now, between the Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club.
I don't mind this, though. If they would have cut out the first 4 or 5 minutes, Nick, like toned down the slapsticky at the very, very beginning, which I mean, I guess that's part of how they get Danny to his breaking point, right?
Yeah, you got you got to punch somebody, and if you punch, you know, anybody in the group, then you've kind of already instantly turned.
Garcia's good with the mic, and he cuts a good interview.
He's when he tries to take himself seriously, he's good.
Yeah.
Oh, you want some sports entertainment?
Oh, he's chucking pizza like it's a Pizza Hut promo.
Right, I was going to say that's a waste of food, sir. At least toss it in the crowd. At least be like the New Day that tossed out pancakes. Start throwing out pizza.
Did the fans out there hear the collective gasp when we watched when these two big fellas saw a pizza hit the ground?
Right, just waste of food.
Blasphemy.
The vitamins are in full effect tonight, folks.
That's a heel turn for me.
The munchies kicked in hard there. Just like, wait.
Right?
Party foul.
That's a heel turn in my books.
There's a con over Triple H sign in the crowd, and the crowd's got a yes chant going for Garcia being a pro wrestler.
You know what the best shit ever would be? If there was a QR code sign.
I almost thought,
and then you dinged it, and it was great, like it's black and white.
Rabbit. I was like, "You're shitting me."
That would be the best shit ever if there was a QR code in the crowd, just for a moment.
Right.
Oh, Coke is going off on our buddy Danny now.
Yeah, Daddy Magic is sick of his fruit stripe gum that he chews like it's fucking going out of style.
That gum must taste like a rubber band by the time he gets to the ring.
Yeah, that man's brought back the 80s promo style like in full effect. No, sorry.
Daniel Bryan's amazing. Yeah, see, Daniel Bryan's on point, man.
Right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I think they slowed him down with the Blackpool Combat Club a little bit, and he's taken a lot of L's.
Right,
a lot of L's.
He was great as that. Comes across as a heel, but I'm not a heel. And then now he's just become the second or third guy in the group with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah. It's. I like this segment though. I don't hate it. It's definitely entertaining. Anna Jay's got a pizza. We should go get the one from the floor,
right?
Oh, Tay's
we're gonna do it right here, right now. So, are we gonna have a match with the velour carpet and everything that's out there?
Here we go. I'm imagining we're gonna get a commercial break. They thought of the 5-minute rule. There you go. Yeah, I think Anna went and got it. When did Coke get grape flavor I like what you did there, JV.
Yeah.
All right, let me scroll back up and get some of the ones I skipped over to. We kicked the show off with a very long Jericho segment, but it was all right. I enjoyed it. At least that story to it.
Show.
It's one of the best longest storylines they got going as far as this back and forth. I mean, it's been going on for about a month at least of Garcia kind of flirting with the idea of joining Bryan.
Yeah, but has it made Garcia look that great up until just now? He's kind of just looked he
beat Bryan twice. He beat Bryan twice, though, bro. Twice.
How did you become the Daniel Garcia guy? And I'm here poo-pooing it. How do we babyface turn here?
Right.
But it's a little. I think it's just because it's got the Jericho stink on it to me.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying there, and I understand why. But Coke's in the ring. Jericho's.
And it's not AAA, folks.
No, that's usually on the announce table.
Right, yeah, that's on the announce table. So we've got Daddy Magic versus Daniel Bryan. No, Daddy Magic's Daniel Garcia.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't know anymore.
Is it? I'm showing my nerd and trying to remember nicknames of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Isn't he Mac Daddy, Daddy Mac or whatever?
Mac Daddy. I don't know.
Fucking
the one, the heavier one from 2.0.
Are you going for Coke or are you going for Bryan?
Bryan.
If Bryan takes an L here, I'm not watching AEW.
Oh, if
I'm just
saying an L over here.
I promise. Over. I promise. If Daniel Bryan takes an L in any way, shape, or form in this match, I will not be here next Wednesday. I promise.
Ooh. So I'm doing solo on Wednesday, folks.
You're going solo on Wednesday. I'm taking 1 week off if that happens. Mamma mia. Carlos, how you doing? Larry, how you doing? Victor, VHS, Valdez.
Oh, I was right. He is Daddy Magic. There's Daddy Magic and Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Brock is booked for Crown Jewel, Nick.
Nope.
He's shooting elk.
Right. He's out there just hanging out with farmers doing Saskatchewan-y things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Victor, he's a wrestler, but he also does pizza. Like I'm pretty sure I only doubt myself because of vitamins, but I listened to an interview with him and he does cook the pizza.
How did we go from Brock Lesnar to pizza? What?
I was just following the chat.
Is there a Brock Lesnar pizza chain out there that I need to know about?
Right.
Everything's topped with meat.
Right. You're a wrestler chant. That's what they were chanting. You're a wrestler. Jericho versus Bandito to kick off. I don't know. Nope, that's not happening. That's happening later.
Yeah, they're not going to start off the show with that. That would make too much sense, when you have 2 title matches that you start off the show with at least one of them.
Right. Yeah, and Alexander, stick with us. We'll keep you posted on everything that's happening here tonight and some hijinks and shenanigans as well. So stay tuned.
Right. I have picture-in-picture right now.
Yeah, me too. And I got Hobbs talking about mental health. Nash Brock is booked for Crown Jewel. Victor Nash. Sorry. Brock is booked.
Again,
Brock is booked for Crown Jewel. That's not substantiated yet, is it?
Adro, I think you're just very much smoking the hopium here. Every night it's, Brock's there.
Victor said he knew, so there we go. Chris Jericho for the win, and I'm not happy about it. Absolutely, yes. Damien. I think that's what should have been the poll question.
Right. Are you happy with Chris Jericho as
not happy
champion? It would have been a resounding no.
Right. Are you pissed?
What?
He's talking to Victor, not us. So, Victor, are you pissed? Alex, don't end your question with the
grammar police in full effect. What up, Larry?
Larry, that was well played, Larry. I like smart jokes. Normal guy, baby. Hope Joe's feeling good tonight.
Right.
Triple H, Era News, Mr. Saudi.
Simmer down.
There we go. We'll find out. Danielson might have a match tonight because TK allowed his talent to stay home those who live in Florida because of the Hurricane Ian. Yes, very true. So we know the card's going to be a little bit of on the fly because we don't know who stayed back and who didn't. So yeah, I mean, Daniel came to wrestle, and here we are. We got Mac Daddy versus Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, we did talk about, I think, in the beginning of this, of how it was going to be interesting. Of course, you know, hopefully everyone that's down there in Florida dealing with Ian's, you know, pain in the ass is doing well. But it's going to be interesting to see what kind of show they can potentially put together, especially because AEW is a Florida-based company. It's a little bit like when WWE had wrestlers stuck over in the UK, when they had wrestlers at one point stuck over in Saudi. Yeah. So
one of the best shows ever.
Right.
So we got hope tonight.
Yeah, so it could be, you know, a barn burner tonight. So we'll see. This is really testing Tony's booking capabilities.
Let's go. I think Swerve turns on Lee tonight. Got a feeling. It seems like it's going that way, but I really think they have something. Even as a heels that chase after the baby faces that just beat them for a little while, I think they work well as a heel team.
Yeah.
I do.
Daddy with a pause. Daddy Magic with a 2 count. I said that all wrong.
What's up, Boss Monster? Did Daniel have to come down in shorts? Can't take him seriously now.
Why? He was ready, but he was about that action.
Ready to go.
Right now, he's just getting stomped and chopped and, you know, hulking up.
Right? He, you know, he put his gear on, said, I'm going to go pick a fight. And that's exactly what he did.
That Magic there to me just looks like husky Matt Jackson.
Husky Matt Jackson.
Little bit.
Oh, wow. The other Hardy that we didn't.
Right. The other Hardley brother.
There you go.
And it's interesting. Daniel's got, like, you've ever seen like those suction cup therapy things?
Yes. I was noticing.
Like, he's still got those marks on his back. Like
you see a lot of athletes with that now. They'll be just like in a match with like 6 circles on their back, like they're signs.
It's the Wyatt 6. He's number 2,
right?
You know, the other 5.
The fucking pizza guy is dead. Oh, Luigi took a right.
Down goes Luigi. Down goes Luigi.
LOL. And they thought of the 5-minute rule. I think I've caught back up, man. We did good.
Right.
Oh, no, there's way more than I thought.
Yeah, we got way more.
Here we go. Daniel should have those tearaway pants after. There you go.
So he's just Angel Garza now? Yes, kicks from Brian. Oh.
Swerve looked like a lost puppy after the show. After the show?
After. No.
Brian for the win. Brian for the win. Dale Campbell good. Brian for the win. Jake Hager serves no purpose. Just right in the middle of the convo.
I was going to say.
I hate Jake Hager.
Wrong, but it's mean to say. And yeah, he's
facts.
You're not wrong. I'll say that. But I guess if they could do something with him. I mean, he's not really having a bunch of matches or a bunch of fights.
Serious question. Was Jake Hager in the ring tonight? He wasn't there.
No, he wasn't.
He's probably from Florida. Ish.
No, just Jericho forgot to hit the battery jumper cables to, you know, revive him like Frankenstein's monster. So he's just still out back on like a slab for when Jericho goes to do his podcast.
Oh, goody. Oh,
Claudio coming down.
BCC.
And Cool Hand is out of a shoe, out of a jacket. This man's a full yard sale right now. He's literally lost the shoe as he's just getting thrown around, spun around, dragged out by Claudio.
I think Luigi's okay. Cool Hand's not doing so well right now. Nick is trying to say he's better than me with that scarf. And he knows it. And you know it too.
Exactly. I'm better than you, and you know it.
Right. Yes, Brock is confirmed for Crown Jewel. It was reported.
Brian picks up the win with a label lock, and I saw that comment and I tried to follow up. I didn't see anything on Cultaholic. I've seen a couple places like Sportskeeda, Ringside News have all kind of said that he's reportedly booked for Crown Jewel. I wouldn't be surprised, and I guess we've still had at least one source talk about Goldberg potentially being booked for Saudi as well, or booked to return. It's Saudi season, so all, the legends that still might have a little bit of paint, left on the body, somehow seem to get dragged out, even if it might be a car crash.
Right. Do you see one title change tonight, KJ or Nick? Any title change in your future?
I don't think so tonight. I think the best bet would be Bandito.
Yeah, I think maybe if there was something with Garcia costing him it or something like that, but I don't see Jericho giving up that belt yet. He wants to be the Ucho for a little while.
Yeah, and
the Ucho
Storm versus Deeb is,
Yeah, no.
I think to go to Deeb, it's a hard move. Then she's, honestly, I feel like if they do that, then she's just a transitional champion.
Possibly, yeah. But I don't see it.
Yeah. Oh, and we're actually getting a video package right now building up the story between Juice and Moxley. Do you see that, though, that Tony's at least trying to make an effort of like, here, if in case you don't know these guys, here's who they are that are going to be on our show. But right. So my thing with that is, well, Tony, if you didn't book guys that people don't know on your show, you wouldn't have to do that.
Right. I know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, sir. And it's, I don't want to bag on the show. I was such a fan. I'm just getting so frustrated with the product and the stupid decision making. Like, we're begging to see guys like Starks, and we're begging to see guys like Hobbs, and we're begging to see FTR. And you got to bring in Bandito. You got to bring in Juice. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've been on the stream many times. A big fan of both those guys, and you can go back to old tape and see that. But man, legitimately, you got to use the people you have. These spot bookings, because it tickles your taint, it doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, it's the problem is that Tony still at times runs it like an Indian. I know I'm going back to what CJ said before for the longest time when he was talking about AW, is it just looks like a super indie.
Yeah, no, it's a great way to put it.
Right.
All right, finally. Otter the show.
What? Larry popped himself. Pause.
Yes. Claudio.
Just went through every pronunciation of that name.
Fucking hell. Carlos says, why not make Moxley versus Juice for the title? The title eliminator makes no sense. Nick, I'll let you touch that one first.
Oh, okay. I was going to let you do that.
No, I hate it.
Yeah. It absolutely makes no sense, because if you're going to beat the champion to then challenge them for the championship, then you should have just won the championship the first time. You're instantly setting up a rematch and everything. It's lazy booking, to quote Mr. Cornette.
All right, at least you sourced it.
Yeah, see? It's redundant booking at the end of the day, and that's what bothers me.
It's booking that lacks creativity. It's how do we get from point A to point B? And it's the simplified version of, the simplest version of to get to that conclusion. I hate it. I mean, like I said, imagine going into, this Saturday, there's a big fucking title match, but it's a fucking qualifier, an eliminator, and fucking, the champ gets his head knocked off, but dude's got to come back next week and do it. Oh, sorry, McGregor, you come back next week and try it again. Like, what?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. It's a terrible look. Too often, again, your champion shouldn't be pinned. Your champion shouldn't be pinned on free TV ever, unless it's like a rare fluke. There is exceptions before people yell at me. But to your point, it's lazy. It's shit booking. It lacks inspiration. It lacks charisma. It lacks any type of creative thought or depth. And it's just poof, poof, we're done. And you're like, do better.
How to, make your champion look weak and how to diminish, your title belt is to have them take losses on free TV to guys that end up not winning the title off of them at the end of the day. Because that's the thing, is half the time the people that win a number one contenders match still don't win the title. So now you've made them take a loss to a guy that they pretty much job out.
Yeah, and that's again, it's not a good look. And maybe I'm being picky, maybe you're being picky, but at the end of the day, you want that champion to kind of stand above everything else. You want him to be impervious, right? If he loses, it's an epic occasion. If he just fucking loses to somebody we've never seen on the show before, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, okay.
And now we're getting a replay of the MJF Yuta segment last week that I thought was a little bit of a waste of MJF, is what I feel. It's going to be interesting to see what we get tonight.
But you got Garcia getting a rub from, Danielson and Jericho. You got Yuta getting a rub from MJF. Like, Tony's taking care of, some of the younger in-house talent in an interesting way.
Well, I think he's very much pushing them to the forefront, because right now we've got Yuta coming out, calling out MJF. But you remember, though, when they put Yuta and Garcia as the main event of a Dynamite, and it didn't go so well. You're leaning on other guys to carry a lot of weight, I feel, with pushing these guys as much as you are.
Right.
Have them go after Wardlow, something like that. No main titles.
No. Yuta grown out the beard.
Yuta saying he's done more for AEW than MJF ever will. That's inaccurate, sir.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Who said that? Who said that? Did he say that? No.
Yeah, Yuta said that. And now he's calling out.
I was like, who's Yuta? You who? Yuta.
Yuta.
I'm the what?
You're having a who's on first, what's on second moment like I did the other night.
So Yuta's calling out MJF. To me, this is where you mucky the waters. You got MJF on an absolute heater. He should be like a sniper, focused in on Moxley. And every time we see Moxley or something involving Moxley, MJF's not too far behind. And, you give him in his time and he's focused on winning that belt. This, to me, it's just in the way.
Yeah, well, like I said, is even on my birthday, of course, of all situations, of Maxwell Jacob Friedman should have left AEW Grand Slam as the AEW World Champion. We shouldn't be having this because, like you've talked about with like when Punk came back and everything, way too cool down. The hottest thing you have going right now that's still active in your company, that isn't suspended, that isn't, potentially getting ripped of their executive vice president position. And is to anchor him with someone like Wheeler Yuta. And that's not a full disrespect to Yuta, but he should instantly be in the title picture. You shouldn't be having just low level, entry level, beginner boss, feud going on right now.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. I mean, you got to pick your lane, right?
And he comes out in a Mets jersey in Philly.
Right. Oh. Yuta.
The place you live in when you can't afford to live in New York is Philly. But do you like that he's also now taking shots at Tony Schiavone? That we're getting, it's very rare you get a situation that you go back to like JR where he'd get, stunnered or set on fire by Kane or whatever, to where the announcer gets involved in a situation.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. What?
That was a huge jump. Hi, Tony Schiavone.
Right.
He called him a fat old prick. Wow.
Wow. MJF just said, I'm not afraid to admit to Wheeler Yuta, you're one of the best wrestlers in the world, because he talked about how they both kind of worked their way up on the indies and everything.
There you go.
You tried to get on a microphone with Daddy last week, and Daddy had to put you on timeout. Pause.
You smoking the pipe? Never. That's just a rumor, Edward. Hey, Yuta, why should I care?
I like how we've just are we definitely getting just Yuta puns right now?
Yeah. You smoking that magic funky Asian grass.
Whoa,
we've hit a theme here with the Yuta game.
Right. So folks, if you're listening to us, after tonight or even right now, leave your best Yuta pun in the comments below.
Oh, fucking hell. Mohan, Yuta doing the wrong stuff.
Edward says Yuta's the AEW version of Sin Cara. Sorry.
Shut the
because he's talking about the Phillies and how they're dead in the water, which, by the way, my Yankees can clinch the AL East right now and everything. So, of course,
my boys are hanging around.
What?
My boys are hanging around, I think. Close.
Yeah. You're not at least eliminated like all the Red Sox fans I get to deal with. Oh, and MJF pointing out about his whole contract and everything, saying, I make more than you watching at home. I'm a multimillionaire and I'm only 26. Because there was the leaks and everything about how much MJF's making now, that he's kind of making that almost that Roman Reigns money.
Right.
MJF is just so much better on the mic than Yuta, and it's not even funny at this point.
Sorry?
I said MJF is so much better on the mic than Yuta at this point, and it's not even funny.
That's why I don't think this was good for Yuta, because it just highlights how fucking much better MJF is. Like put him.
Yuta should be a man of few words and more action instead of I'm going to come out here and cut a 10-minute promo. Oh, and we've got Cola and Diet Cola now instead of Coke and Diet Coke out now because we've got the Ass Boys out here. Pause.
Wait, what is happening? Hi, Nick. High five. The Mets are in as well.
Double New York. I'm sure my wife will be happy to know that the Mets are in,
Yeah, okay, talk about wasting MJF time. A little bit, Carlos, a little bit.
Yeah.
In my humble estimation. And this is a long segment.
Right. Well, this goes back to me of where you had that segment where MJF came out and talked, and then you had that segment to where Bivens came out and talked. It's like, all right, we get the point. Move along.
Right. Hello, KJ White. Hello, Parker Curry. How are you? Loud pop for Yuta just there. Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly,
you got a zinger in.
Yeah.
Wow.
MJF just walks off saying he's going to be in the skybox and he's going to watch John Moxley beat Juice Robinson because, of course, MJF hates New Japan.
Oh, that's a good point.
And now he has the Ass Boys.
The Blackpool.
His slogan.
He's got a completely new name for the BCC, and I'm still not sure if that's allowed on TV.
Yeah, I don't want to try and repeat it because I like being on YouTube. And I like
I'm just going to leave that out.
Right.
Ass Boys are out. Pause.
Pause.
Oh, so the Ass Boys did the punchline.
Yeah. Sorry, I forget that I'm a little forward.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Dang, the Buck Brothers with a real ass.
Oh, Larry.
Oh, Larry. Nick, they're RC Cola and flat RC Cola. LOL.
Yeah. Do you guys? Well, first I want
to. Yeah, we have RC Cola.
It just tastes like if you took Coke and Pepsi and poured them into the same tube.
Which every kid has done.
Right. Yuta has less personality than Steve Blackman.
Oh, that's a nice comparable. Ouch. Kind of same vibe, though.
Yeah, but Yuta was over, or Blackman was over as the lethal weapon. Like Al Snow got him over. So who's Yuta's Al Snow?
It was technically Moxley. Technically.
You put Yuta and the Pizza Man.
Well, like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I mean, he got over with the crowd because he found his own way being tough. So
right.
I don't know, man. It's too funny for me. Up next, John and Juice.
Not to be confused with Snoop Dogg's hit Gin and Juice. We're getting John and Juice coming up right now, and I bet you will see Juice in that match.
That popped me way harder than it should have, but I thought it was shit. Pause. John Moxley for the win. Yes. What does everybody want?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
There you go. It's true. Does anyone see MJF cashing in tonight? No. That'd be shit.
That would be such a rude way to do that. We're going to do this in Philadelphia, of all places, not on Grand Slam, just after a title eliminator, not after to where both men are competing for the title or anything. After a title eliminator, he comes in and just pins Moxley.
Just rude.
Right. Disrespectful.
I have met Steve Blackman a few times, non-wrestling moments. He actually has personality. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's funny. I'm sure he does. I'm just, some people don't translate well to a microphone. And
well, I was going to say, did Blackman have to pick you up or something like that? Because I remember Blackman ended up doing, the bounty hunting stuff after he was a pro wrestler and everything.
Yeah, see, he makes a good bounty hunter. They could follow him around like A&E.
Who would you rather get, have being a bounty hunter on you? Steve Blackman, Steven Seagal, or Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
You can let us know, too, in the chat. Because this came to my mind somehow, some way.
Who would you rather be chasing you down?
Yeah.
I think Blackman. I don't care.
Steven Seagal, because that man is full of shit with all those martial arts moves.
Well, okay.
You know what? Of just tossing people. You just trip that man. That roly-poly ass ain't getting up.
Too funny. No, leave old poor Luigi, man. He's still counting sausage. John and Juice doesn't sound good.
That's the discount, Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
I went to the liquor store. I had to get some bottom shelf John. So, I got John and Juice instead of Gin and Juice. Not like me here drinking, some fine whiskey.
All right, so we're getting who? Oh, Dark. Look at the Staples.
Yeah, did you see that? He had to get, after that match.
Yeah.
Last week he had to get Staples in his head, but we're getting Lethal versus Darby, I guess.
Yeah, see, I don't care.
A little bit. Yeah, true.
I just don't care.
If Lethal was in ROH and ROH was actually a thing, I'd be fine with it. But so we're getting Juice Robinson. Well, I'm getting Juice Robinson coming out right now. You're about to get Juice Robinson coming out right now. So we're getting Juice versus John. So let us know in the chat who you take for this match. It has a 20-minute time limit.
Bullet Club for life. Remember this man quit wrestling? What do you think about Battle of the Belts, Rampage, and SmackDown on the same day? I think we're going to be here covering it, Damien, and I don't understand the booking decision. But yeah, they're tacking Battle of the Belts onto the Friday night.
I feel like at this point, been there, done that. Of, that we're always here, good for, one show, what? 2 shows, what? 3 shows, what? I think we've almost tried to do 4 shows at one time, what? So we'll be here covering it. I think it's interesting to sit there and look at all of Tony Khan's booking decisions right now, but we can get into, the whole thing about, do we need to go head to head with SmackDown? Well, following SmackDown with Battle of the Belts. Does Battle of the Belts really matter that much anymore when you defend the belts every week? But right now we've got John Moxley coming out. and stumbling into the crowd. So I know John's sober now, but I mean, find your footing, John. So, let me know who you got for this match, folks. We've got Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson in a title eliminator, which is, again, a weird way to call a number one contenders match, I guess. But also, I'll ask you guys, what do you think about the fact that Tony brings in a lot of these New Japan guys, and it might be the law of diminishing returns? So if he had a tweet out earlier about how the forbidden door opens again, well, the door stops being forbidden when it opens, in and out constantly. When it only opens once in a great while, then it feels special. When, the poor bastards have got more turns than a doorknob, it doesn't feel any bit special. And Juice right now already attacking Moxley on the outside. But think about it, Nick. It is MJF after all. Oh, with him cashing in now? Well, he'd be doing it right now after this match. Like, that's the thing, is it's weird that this match is in the middle of the show. This is how you end going into the first hour. So this is weird placement for this to begin with. And I don't think you have him cash in right now. Like, you end the top of the hour with MJF cashing in. Poor booking, I think. That would be a poor booking decision, which, though, Tony's not opposed to. Yuta reminds me of Lance Storm. I guess it's a good thing KJ took a break, because don't disrespect a Canadian legend like that. That man held every championship when it comes to Canada. Lance Storm is, a gift to wrestling, even as bland as, Peyton is drying, but he is a gift to wrestling. Brock Lesnar, yes, he's a wrestler. It's disrespectful, but it fits MJF's personality and his gimmick. So I guess everybody's going on this whole bandwagon. So again, though, I'll pose the question: do you have it to do it now in the middle of the show? Is that what you've been building to with this whole return of MJF? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is he wins the title in the middle of a random ass Dynamite to start off, to go into a commercial break at the top of the hour. Poor booking. That's a really big fault in booking. And as I say that, they cut to MJF in the skybox with the thumbs down. So I guess, and even as I am a Yankees fan, I'll give that, if MJF cashed in right now, it'd be a thumbs down. Do we get Juice blood? I like how we have to now put that in brackets. But in this match, it is a Jon Moxley match, so it would be surprising if we don't. But we did have a match with Brian Danielson that didn't. So, but it is Juice, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do probably at least get a little bit of color, as both men right now are just taking forearms. And is it weird to me that both men basically have the same wrestling gear on, of just wristbands and jeans and black shoes? This very much looks like something you'd see, out front of a country bar late on a Saturday night of, somebody's had a little bit too much Jack and Coke. And so just my truck's better than your truck is a bit what I feel like this match looks like. Whoa, where? Oh, we were down here. Okay. Isn't Extreme Rules on Ocho the Ocho? Is that just going to become a thing of we just now fit Ocho into everything? And we've got Juice was just biting Mox on the forehead. The artist formerly known as Lance Weaver, what up? I love it. He has a glorified indie show and uses talent as needed. He can always fall back on regulars' dark talent when needed. I got Muda last week and now Bandito. I'm winning. Yes, that's great, but that's the thing, is this is a super indie. That's the problem, is he constantly tries to act like this is a competitor, this is competition, this is in the same ballpark as WWE. If it's going to be a super indie, sorry but not sorry, it's not. It's, both men go to the outside. Keep account of how many times a Moxley match goes out to the outside, to be honest, but you can't say that you can't pot shot at WWE and everything and then still just have a super indie. Like, Impact's booking makes more sense at times right now than AEW's is. And so that's a problem. AEW is the Harry Potter of professional wrestling. It's just the company that lived through changes in ownership, through Russo involvement, through TV deals, all of that. So AEW needs to do better and be better. That's the problem. I get that it's nice to see all of these guys on a big TV audience. But if you're going to do it, then fucking build to it. Don't just throw it out there to throw it out there. Especially, you mentioned Muta. Muta wasn't advertised for New York City. And Muta would be a draw in New York City because New York City is a wrestling city very much through and through. So if you advertise the Great Muta showing up, you don't even have to say how or why. You advertise him showing up, you're going to sell more tickets because the attendance was less. But I've got picture-in-picture right now as Juice is getting back into the ring. They're holding on to MJF to pull the card when Bray shows up. Oh, really? You think it's going to be... That's not a bad show, JV, if it's going to be kind of a little tit-for-tat thing. And we do have Juice already, and I'm not talking about Juice Robinson. John Moxley is busted open. So, typical John Moxley thinking, I guess this might be a critique of you're going to get yourself... You're small. But so I guess I'll ask you on this. So you're getting John Moxley. He comes up busted open on picture-in-picture. Not a moment in the match. Not you do that and then you cut to a commercial or anything like that. You do that in picture-in-picture. So you're coming back potentially from commercial of now he's busted open.
Well, and it's the ref's not counting. Not to be picky, but the ref's not counting.
Right.
Why is he not counting? You have... Like last week, Moxley had a really good match with Bryan. They stayed in the ring, dude. Mm-hmm. You know?
Right. Imagine John Moxley having a good match where he's actually forced to wrestle in the ring and he doesn't get busted open. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Right.
And again, the crowd is dead. The crowd is dead in this building right now.
And I guess too, part of this is... Would you have this match to go into the top of the hour?
No.
Like this is how you end your first hour is you have this. So you main event it with the women's your match, you main event it with the Ring of Honor match. You should have something involving your world title main eventing the show. And if you can't do that, then that's shitty booking.
Okay, Moxley slides a chair into the middle of the why? Ugh. Looks like two drunken brothers fighting over the last beer.
Right. Like I said, they're fighting over a Natty Light, and I'm not talking about Natalya Neidhart.
I can't watch AEW because I'm in Canada. Eh? Boss, I'm in Canada. I'm watching it.
Yeah, get you an American friend, and you can watch AEW. I'll be your American friend, boss. There.
I think somebody's...
we're getting a chair spot and everything. We're getting fighting on the outside in a commercial break. So we're getting the John Moxley section of this, the furniture. Yeah, we come back to Moxley sitting in, the flash dance pose on the steel chair, getting headbutted by Juice Robinson.
The crowd is silent. They just clapped a little bit there. Like, come on, like, give us something. This has been slow. Those headbutts look terrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's not good. Wow. Juice through a chair that got randomly put there. Like, stupid.
Well, that's what I was saying. We got Moxley busted open. We got a chair involved on a commercial break on picture-in-picture.
You Arctic, man.
And then go to a picture. I'm Arctic because I'm cold as ice.
Cold as ice.
Cold as the ice in my whiskey.
The Blood and Moxley matches isn't cool anymore. I agree. If they stayed in the ring and just did good wrestling, good moves, the crowd would be probably more into it.
Yeah, I've said for the longest time, he's got a paper mache forehead. So
okay. You need the Acclaim next, or else they're going to lose the crowd. I want to see the quarterly ratings for this. We'll talk about it tomorrow on Let's Rumble.
Right. You're telling me, though, that you couldn't see these guys almost as like a tag team. Like, this looks like the cousins of Brooks and Jensen, like we watched last night on NXT. Right now. Oh, they're both clotheslining each other and just hulking up.
What the hell? So Moxley does a cutter and then an ankle lock. Do we just do every move now? Like we don't have our own move set?
Exactly. It's just everybody's create a wrestler and they just copy the move sets now.
Edward remembers Sting and Muta. We all do. I don't think Muta being a surprise pop-up was a great idea.
Yeah, I think that all ties in because Sting's going over to Japan for Muta's like Hall of Fame or retirement ceremony type thing.
Impact are wrestling roaches. Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I call them the Harry Potter of wrestling, the company that lived.
Boss Monster, what the F? KJ is in Canada, so why can't you watch it?
Right. Facts. Granted, Canada is more than just like a state compared to the U.S. It's a whole country. So there's, it's like saying, well, I'm in New York and you're in California. Why can't you watch it?
I mean, dude. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Bro, Big Nick, WCW Hog Wild.
The show that cost WCW millions of dollars because they did not charge for anybody to go see that. And they had Jay Leno and Dennis Rodman involved in the main event, and Eric Bischoff. I'm thinking of two different ones. Yeah, because you had Rodman and you had Karl Malone, and then you also had Bischoff versus Leno.
Right.
Regal knee.
Honestly, Moxley looks overworked right now. Maybe.
Well, the man was about to go on a big, long vacation and then had to come back, and now he's world champ again.
Yeah, what the? This is bad, dude.
Right?
Oh, the crowd's chanting. We're finally going to get an end to this shit.
Yep.
Wow. Yes, he is.
Yes,
that was just bad.
Yeah, so we end the match, folks. Did you just get the finish?
Yeah.
So we end the match, folks, with Moxley hitting, I guess now, the Blackpool combat stomps at this point to where you grab your opponent's arms and just stomp on their head, and then transition it into an armbar, which in probably less than 10 seconds, Juice taps out. So it was just a slot. Oh, and we get the cowgirl Hangman Page coming out right now wearing a Dolly Parton shirt, nice and pinky.
There's a wrestling name, Bottom Shelf John.
That's going back to what we were talking about quite a bit. We have a problem getting through comments fast. We apologize.
Right. Mox won. Yes, he did. Dynamite. Oh, weird. Dynamite is a fan.
Dynamite is fan service wrestling. It's fantasy booking league. If I view it in that lens and stop comparing apples to oranges, it's easier to view. By the way, what a finish. A terrible finish, if that's what you mean. And I guess if that's the way you want to look at it, that's fine. But I feel like that's not the way AEW views themselves. That's the problem. That's where the conflict rises.
But was that fan servicing wrestling when your fans are sitting on their hands? You couldn't have put somebody within your company in that match? It couldn't have been someone else that took that loss?
Right.
That's where I'm like, there's a difference between fan serving or catering to your core audience. But MJF.
Yeah, MJF saying you guys aren't fighting each other, and just might. By the time we get to Cincinnati, I might just cash it. That's where he's going to do it. He's going to do it in Cincinnati. He's going to do it in Moxley's hometown. Oh, we've got Yuta playing Dexter Lumis right now. All he's missing is the hockey gear. So Yuta now showing up in the press box, attacking MJF, throwing him around.
Damien, well, the fans know, right?
What?
Oh, there's Yuta. Yeah.
So now I've got Yuta and MJF just going at it. We're into even the crowd right now, folks, as security's breaking them up. And also security was breaking up Juice and Moxley and Hangman in the ring. So the Great Muta versus Sting is in Muta's final match. I can see that. Here comes the third Duke boy. Yes. Hangman is out. Yuta. Victor, you're really a Yuta fan? Because you might be, one of the few there, I feel. I want MJF to go back to betting on matches. That's how you get sponsorships to keep the league. Oh, so you want a draft duel, fan duel thing? You can't encourage stuff like that, especially when it's not legal everywhere. And especially if you're, it all depends, honestly, on what, their TV partners, Warner Media or Warner Discovery, I believe at this point, are willing to let them do. Obviously, we've seen that go for a bit, and so on and so forth, but it's not a bad show. And now I'm getting a video package for Bandito versus Chris Jericho. So we might be getting that match next, but still, I'll ask you, let me know who you're taking for that match. And let me know what you thought of Juice versus Moxley, because do you agree with me and KJ that it was kind of, it was more of a disservice than fan service? It was more of, a poor finish and shit booking than anything. Oh, and I'm getting an ad for the postseason. We got the Yankees. Hangman Page should never be allowed to hold or wrestle for the world title. Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting to me, like I think we talked about it, that he won that battle royal to now he's got a world title shot. After he's the one that caused the whole situation pretty much with Punk and all of that. Yuta attacking MJF, yep. The Great Yuta, I'm calling it. Oh, for the love of Pete. Man, how much is that suit MJF had? You didn't see much of the suit. You mostly saw more of the terrible Mets jersey. Should have been wearing a Yankees jersey, but then again, National League versus American League. They got the crowd back. See, Tony listening. Yeah, but it's because it involved MJF. It's not hard to get the crowd involved when it involves your top guy and your top heel and a fucking, to quote MJF himself, a generational talent like MJF. It's not hard to get the crowd over. If I attend Dynamite, it would be worth getting that. It would be worth getting that skybox. Well, if you do attend Dynamite, then you can absolutely get your tickets at SeatGeek. There's better. At SeatGeek, and if you use code Wrasslin, then you can save yourself 20% off or $20 off your first purchase. And absolutely, if you go to something like that, if you go to any show, any concert, anything like that, bring a Wrasslin for Life side. Wear one of our lovely T-shirts and everything from Alt Wrestling Tees. You can get yourself a Watt T-shirt, a Mr. Every Night T-shirt, or a CJ Cut the Shit T-shirt. But absolutely, take a picture of yourself at something like that. Bring a sign. Send us the picture. Absolutely, I'll share that over everything. If you're going to something like that. But yes, folks. So go ahead, use code Wrasslin on SeatGeek. Save yourself $20 on your first purchase, and then you can use that $20. Like I said, if you're not using it, because beer at a stadium or something like that, you're not going to get. That might get you one water. But you can go ahead and get yourself a lovely what T-shirt. I said a what. A what? What are you doing? Get yourself a what T-shirt. Or you can let somebody know you about that action boss with a Mr. Every Night T-shirt. Or just when you're sick of the nonsense, just tell somebody, cut the shit. You get yourself a lovely CJ Cut the Shit T-shirt at Alt Wrestling Tees or on redbubble.com. Just search Alt Wrestling Tees. So absolutely. And I will take this break while we are in commercial right now to let you know we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are here covering anything and everything when it goes on in professional wrestling. You got me and myself. You got me, the Big Nick. What? You got the Mr. Every Night, the Iron Man of the internet, the Superman of streaming, the Every Night Delight, Mr. KJ White. What? You got, the leader of the brand wagon, Mr. Cut the Shit himself, CJ Brand out there floating around. What? But we are here covering everything from WWE, AEW, and NXT. I know that's still WWE, NWA, GCW, BCW, XPW, any sort of wrestling that's going on. We were just covering Wrestling Revolver the other night. We've covered multiple shows at the same time. We've come up with, packages and everything like that to cover a show while we're covering another show. So absolutely, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, I see you, and you should. And if you know anybody that used to be a wrestling fan, isn't just a wrestling fan, if you just want somebody to have somebody to hang out with and everything like that, let them know about us, folks. I tell you, give us 30 seconds, give us a minute with them, and I'll turn them into a wrestling fan. And we're getting Saraya coming out right now. So we're getting, kind of, I guess, the first words from formerly known as Paige, Saraya. Sorry, she made it very clear how she wants her name pronounced. Coming out right now. And goddamn, does she look good. And she's even got the Zombified t-shirt, shout out and plug, I guess, to her theme and her significant other's band. But she's already got a Upper Deck collectible, which is already out. I think she very much solidifies, or I don't want to say solidifies, she ups the level of the AEW women's division. Let me know what you think about that. But it's going to be interesting. Is she going to be able to go in the ring? We've heard a little bit of talk about that. Or is she going to be, just a manager? Maybe she's the why am I blanking on her name right now? Impact. Gail Kim. Maybe she's going to be like the Gail Kim of the women's division in AEW. And she hits him with the "I'm back." It's good to see her back in the ring, no matter what she does. It's good to see her back in wrestling and involved. And the whole crowd's just chanting, "Welcome back." Edward, I'm going to buy a t-shirt and wear it to NXT. Absolutely. And if you do, you should send a picture of it and send it to, all of us. Absolutely. On social. We'll just share the shit out of that. Absolutely. If you're wrestling, whether it be a local indie, whether it be WWE, AEW, whatever, wear one of our lovely t-shirts, make a Wrestling for Life sign, all of that.
She looks amazing.
Right. She looks like $1 million.
I'm 23, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Tense.
That's aggressive. I don't know what you got going on, but we can talk about it if you need to.
Right.
That's aggressive.
Holy TMZ reported rapper. Yes, I just heard this myself. That rapper.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't. Yeah. He's up in the gangster paradise in the sky right now. So I guess here's T's and P's for Coolio right now. As the crowd's chanting, "This is your house" for Saraya.
No way Saraya makes division better. She wasn't even top tier in WWE. I don't know, artist. I highly disagree with that. Now, I just don't know whether
she wasn't even in top tier in WWE. Are you kidding me right now? What? She's the one that made the first big splash coming from NXT. What? Mm-hmm. She pretty much got rid of the whole Divas era. If you really want to go back and look at it between her and AJ Lee. What? So I think you're very misguided on that comment there, sir. What? Oh, the whole women's division is what she's calling out right now. Or they're at least coming out, led by Toni Storm and Athena. Well, that might honestly be the whole women's division, all 5 of them.
All 5 of them.
Of course, it's all the baby faces that come out. So I guess we know what Miss Saraya Knight's going to be in when it comes to AEW. No, they can't, because she has to squash people. You can't give Jade something because she has to squash. That's the problem. It's a little bit of the Goldberg booking of, I mean, you could get to it, but you have to build up the people around her enough that they can eat that out and still be fine. And they haven't done that.
Paige said she is damaged and will not be able to wrestle. And then TK gave her the sign to cut the microphone. And she said, no one tells me to leave the ring.
Are we watching the same thing, Jason?
Did that happen?
I don't see any of that. So I ease up on the hopium. I don't know. We're getting right now, Paige just going through, just
wait a minute,
giving props and praise to the entire babyface section, all 5 of
she's trying to validate. She's trying to validate the women's division.
But that's what I pitched this while you were away and everything. What if she's kind of more the Gail Kim of AEW's women division versus she's an in-ring competitor?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's really curious.
I like Britt's line here. Oh, look what we have here, guys. Another shiny toy. That's very much how Tony Khan's treated everybody when they come to WWE or to AEW from
War
WWE.
Games. What happened to Ford's face?
I don't know if you actually watch our show or not.
What happened to Ford's face?
Penelope? She got hit with the Homer Simpson.
Is she the White Rabbit?
No, she got hit with the Homer Simpson makeup gun. Just but Britt's got the broken nose. But I can see this being a halfway War Games. Like I said, maybe Paige is just now the William Regal. She's just, well, we need another European to say War Games.
Can you legitimately say she is even in the top 10 women in AEW right now? If she was in her prime, she'd be the best in AEW by far, by a mile.
She's literally just returned, and she's been out here for a promo. Give her a minute. The woman's had almost as big of a layoff, I feel like, as Edge, I almost want to say.
Ooh.
Did they just weirdly cut out that audio? They said so. Saraya says how Britt's name rhymes with CJ's catchphrase.
Yeah. They didn't beep shit this time.
Well, I couldn't tell because it looked on my end that they half did, and you just got like a weird audio splice in there.
Jade's on the other show.
Yeah, Jade's busy actually, just running house on Rampage.
She's having a match with Trina.
Oh, that was a waste of money right there. That's some Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo shit if I've ever seen it.
DMD broke her nose on a fallaway slam situation from last week. There's a lot of that going around.
Right.
That's twice for Britt. There you go.
The crowd's chanting Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter. And Aaron hit 61. Let's go.
The guy hits like a tank.
Exactly. All rise for the judge. It's a great day to have a great day. Man's one away from catching mirrors.
It's crazy. Paige is so good. They made a movie about her. There you go, Edward.
Facts. And The Rock was in it. Dwayne ain't showing up for no haberdashery. Deeb coming out right now.
Dead again.
Yeah, this is going.
Crowd is dead.
Somehow, Saraya coming out, Paige coming out to come out and talk. I think it's because now we've got all the peripheral characters out right now. That it's just killed the crowd.
Ringer, welcome back. How you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. Britt Baker saving the segment. Kind of, sort of.
She's a good counterpart. I could see a Saraya versus Britt match. Oh, it's a lumberjack match. So Tony Storm's going over clearly.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, it's so good to have a boss to finally listen to me. A Lumberjill match.
What?
What? I'm really looking forward to DMD versus Saraya. That would be one hell of a match.
Hey, that's a hell of a way to spell that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's up there like Mansour or Masse, Soul Ray. So that's why we got all the, everybody came out from catering to be at ringside now. Oh, and so Saraya's on commentary as well.
Yes, that's where we put our British.
Right, her and Regal both been on commentary so far tonight.
The professor is here. Serena Deeb. Listen, I'm a huge Serena Deeb fan. She does not win this match.
Unfortunately, now with it being a Lumberjill match.
Hello. Tony Storm. There we go. Did she just say that? She did.
What? Tell her. I feel like Booker T. Tell me you didn't just say that.
Right. A lumberjack match for the title.
Typo got the best of you there.
Right.
Did
the Bucks kick off the show? No, the Bucks are MIA.
Yeah, sitting their ass at home. They're busy trying to sell shoes with champs, which I guess they sold out of. All 5 of them sold.
Wow, that's a nice women's belt. Man, Philly crowd is dead. Yes, Carlos, they killed the crowd.
Yes, but our crowd is never dead. Absolutely. Because as we've said plenty of times, folks, when the wrestling may suck, we never do.
Right. They're going back to Chicago. Tony Storm for the win. Good call, Dale. Very similar design to the men's belt. Yes.
No, it's not like Big Goldie. It's like the AAA belt.
No, but it kind of looks like the both the belts kind of look the same.
A little bit.
5-3 Yankees are up on the Blue Jays. Ah, fuck's sake.
I like how I've just turned the people into like my Yankees reporters.
Right. Yo, how the fuck are we going to lose to the
Because you're the Mets. And you're in second place in the city, and you always will be, and acknowledge it. Because you the 2s, and we the 1s.
Oh, shit. Serena slapping the shit out of that lady's boobs. Unfortunately, the women's division is such a disaster. It kills the show every week. It has been, yes. Now, I think Saraya coming out and trying to hype up the women's division, but getting cut off, and it got kind of clunky again, so.
Yeah, but it feels like a desperate move, though. Like, you have to have someone come out, and her big promo is not calling somebody out or, like, I don't want the belt, anything like that. It's like, hey, remember Athena? She's good, right?
Right.
Tony Storm, she's talented. It's like, for fuck's sake, like, they should be able to get themselves over. You don't need someone to sit there and be their fucking life coach.
There we go. Thanks, Omega.
A little bit.
I would kill for some Ricky Starks right now. Pause. I also would be a big fan of having Ricky on the show. And again, perfect example. Instead of Juice Robinson, why couldn't it be someone like Ricky? You're going to lose anyway. Does it really matter who does the job? Right. What did it serve this company to highlight a guy who's not even signed with this company?
Do you have Hangman go out there and you just have Hangman do the job? Because I feel like Starks already did the job to Hobbs. Pause. And so if you have him go under again, it starts to diminish.
Hey, Ricky Starks still to come.
Oh, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Too bad we already saw MJF.
What's that?
I said, speak of the devil and he shall appear. And I said, too bad we already saw MJF.
Where was I going to go with that? I fucked it up with Serena Deeb in control, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Where would we go? What were we just talking about?
About Ricky Starks being on instead of Juice Robinson is one thing we were talking about.
Yes. Where was I going to go with that? I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Zurin. Hi there. Good morning. AEW Malaysia, my 9:20 a.m. Good morning.
Right. Hello from her. Thank you. Yeah. Hello from the past.
No future.
No, he's in the future. We're in the past.
Oh, we're in the past. Okay. That makes sense.
Right.
Kaboom. Guess what just popped in the room? Hey, Tone. Pop. Pause. I want to see Abaddon on Dynamite. She deserves TV time.
Yes.
Yes.
For fuck's sake. Just please already.
Release her so she can go hang out with Bray Wyatt.
Right. Imagine she's the White Rabbit because she's the most over like spooky character they have now, especially. And they're just doing fuck and all with her. So why not just have her show up on WWE and be the White Rabbit?
Mm-hmm. Whew. I want to see Abaddon. Yeah. No, I would definitely want to see Abaddon. Yeah, man. Like I don't get it. I don't. You just have too much talent though, and we see the same people over and over.
Mm-hmm. But he has a hard time fitting people on the TV, right?
Well, why can't she be out there right now? Oh, that dropkick sucks.
That's the point.
Right. AEW needs a booker and thread storylines through the show. Yes, they need a booker and stop spot booking.
Right. I'll just do this. I mean, we might know some guys, Tony. We can help out. We've already gotten the scoop before about being consultants.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Lightbulb, speaking of knowing better than Tony.
Right.
Am I wrong to feel like Saraya has been out for a long time? She's a big name. She's trying to validate your division. Her first appearance with the microphone, do you not just let her speak?
Right. That's what I'm saying. This is shitty writing. I feel like she's almost been out. Not exactly as long as Edge, but she's been out for a hot minute. Probably almost as long as Brian was. So to not have her really get to go on the mic and have her just talk about, the whole rest of the women's locker room, it comes off very like she's just going to be a GM, like maybe she can't go in the ring anymore situation. And that might be me trying to read the tea leaves a little bit too much. But yeah, just let her be a star. Don't bog her down with trying to get everybody else over in one jump.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just me, or does anyone else believe she can't wrestle anymore due to the medical reasons? I don't think she can wrestle.
I remember back before when everybody was initially talking about Paige coming back, about she didn't like the Dana Bryan and the Edge comparisons because not everyone can do that. So yeah. I think she might be in that situation of she might just be done. She might just be, this is what we get. And I'm still fine with it. They could still utilize her much better than they are already. And Willow Nightingale running off Jamie Hayter.
Willow Nightingale, Botchzilla. Sorry, girl. Is it? Yeah, no. Last time I saw Abaddon on Dynamite, she literally took a bit out of someone. A bite. Wasn't it the Halloween match with? We might get her. Halloween's coming.
Yeah, of course. It's typical. It's like WCW. Bring out the spooky characters only, when it gets, spooky season.
This again, the crowd is on their hands, Nick. The crowd does not care.
That's the thing, and it's interesting to me is as much as people say about, oh, well, Warner Media likes AEW, and well, AEW thinks that they're doing great. Cool. Nobody else fucking thinks you are, because your attendance is down, your ratings are down. So show me something that's really, captivating people and really thinks that you're doing well and not regressing instead of progressing.
I never thought it. I'm surprised. Like the Jericho segment was my favorite segment of the show so far.
Doesn't that feel dirty to say though?
It does. It feels a little gross. Okay. Tony Storm breaks up submission by getting to the ropes. Crazy. But this is flat and quiet.
Yeah.
Do you think the Hangman takes the title from Moxley on October 8th? No, what would be hilarious if he does, because Tony loves him, but MJF takes it from Paige.
If you were questioning CM Punk being done with the company and beforehand, do that and it's done. He's done.
It's not a bad shout. Another real life action figure for TK. A very pretty one.
Right.
Wrasslin for Life, Days of Future Past.
What in the soap opera?
Oh, bum to the face. Since Triple H came out on the podcast and admitted Bray Wyatt isn't the White Rabbit, it's someone nobody is thinking. Come on now, Victor. We know better. I don't think Bray Wyatt is the White. Oh, nice. I don't think Bray Wyatt is the White Rabbit. I honestly think it's Bo. 2 count. Tony. Wow. But yeah, I think it's misdirection, but I do think this is a Bray Wyatt storyline. But the actual White Rabbit is going to be someone else. That's my thought. I'm not always right, though, Victor. You don't job out Starks now. He's got momentum. Feed Mox randos until he drops the title, but don't kill an up-and-comer shine. Yeah, I agree with you. I just picked Starks out of my ass because, at least we're getting him in something. If you give him a good showing, he can survive an L, right? Keep in mind, he just did a complete job. He got squashed by Hobbs at the pay-per-view, which surprised everybody. Or Grand Slam. We got an Avalanche pile driver. Is it over? My shit froze. Okay, there we go. Wow, she broke Serena Deeb. AEW needs Booker T. I don't know about that, but that's funny as hell. They need a Booker T, yeah. Not the Booker T. Someone help me, I'm falling asleep. Don't do it. No, because it's Tony toys. No chicks allowed. Oof. I'm looking forward to Jamie turning face. They keep teasing it. Hater what? Hager what? Larry. And now we have the Acclaimed in the back. With Daddy Ass in the back. No, pause. Next week on Dynamite, it's National Scissoring Day. Oh, wow. Could you imagine? I'm trying to think the last time I saw Eric Young in Violent by Design. Interesting, but no. Keith Lee. Pause. Can I get a Keith Lee versus Daddy Ass, please? Sounds like a bad drink. Scissoring Daddy Day. No, A-Town. No. The White Rabbit, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, the Good Brothers, Cody Rhodes, and Bray Wyatt, a WWE version of the Bullet Club. Nah. I think AJ Styles and the Good Brothers are going to be together. They're going to go after Judgment Day. Bray is something unto himself, and I think it's Bo Dallas. I think it's potentially Rowan. There's options. I'm going back into a commercial. Why did I click on that one twice? But folks, keep the chat coming. Keep things alive. Do remember, we do this all week long. We come back tomorrow night, Thursday, for Let's Rumble podcast. We have a very special guest tomorrow, and we do like bringing out our guests for the Let's Rumble podcast. So tune in for that. Check out the announcement will be coming any moment now. But we do, we got a wrestler in our own right. So yes, we're going to continue to bring on guest speakers, and then we're going to have some interviews lined up. So tune into Let's Rumble, our weekly podcast. Myself, CJ, Nick, we'll get into it. And, we get a bonus guest next week. Or this week. So tune into that Friday doubleheader, might be a triple header. Tune in, pay attention to the thumbnails. Cause again, Friday could be a triple header, but it's always a doubleheader on Fridays at minimum. Saturday, we're back with GCW. Sunday, we might have a trick up our sleeves or we might take a nap. We'll let you know. And then back through all next week, we get go-home shows for Extreme Rules. So lots of wrestling coming your way. Make sure you tell everybody you know, folks. We are here. We are live. We don't stop. And we got all the wrestling. So this weekend, we know the Saturday streams on this channel are outstanding. They're crazy. We never know what's going to happen. And when you're covering a GCW show, you really don't know what's going to happen. So tune in. Like I said, subscribe, tell everybody you know, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, your strangers, everybody and anybody. You see somebody with a wrestling shirt, you let them know about the Wrasslin for Life Network. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. We have about 30 minutes to go in this night tonight. I'm not loving my AEW this week. But we're still on commercial. Don't forget, I know my boy Nick called it out already, but I will remind everybody, go to Alt Wrestling Tees. Get yourself a Wrestling for Life Network t-shirt. We got one for each host. We got the What t-shirt, and obviously, who brings the What's around here. So, yeah, go get yourself a What t-shirt like our boy Victor, looking sharp in one in his avatar in the chat. Mr. Every Night, buy this shirt, take it to the bar, let everybody know what kind of guy or girl you are. And CJ cutting the shit when he's had enough of everybody's business. So go to Alt Wrestling Tees or click the link below for Redbubble. Check out our section. And we also have our exclusive Wrestling for Life Network edition of the Pro Wrestlers Beat Up Sport Entertainers t-shirt as well. Go to Alt Wrestling Tees now. Get yours and don't miss out. You can look like a sharp dressed man like our buddy Victor just in the chat, like I said. So get your t-shirt today, and thank you for being here and giving us any bit of your time. Right now in the back, I got Butcher. I got Blade. I think that's Private Party. They kind of resemble Private Party. And Andrade. So now, oh my God. Okay, so it looks like the Private Party. Are we going to get babyface Private Party back? There's the link. Check it out. Get your t-shirt today. By the way, this is another one from Alt Wrestling Tees. So, yeah, go check them out, folks. Oh, there's Hardy. Boo. Maybe. Wait. Private Party versus the Acclaimed Full Gear. I don't know if we get there fast enough. We'll see what Private Party does, but I don't know if the Acclaimed are done with Keith Lee and Swerve quite yet. The revolution is televised, and it is now, folks. Ricky Stark's on his way to the ring. What? Yeah, see, check out the t-shirt. Doesn't he look good? Be a victor. Get a t-shirt. Starks for the win. Yay, jobber match. I like it. Maybe. Put Andrade with FTR playing with their thumbs. I don't know if that's the right answer. Give FTR some tag team matches. Anybody know why that's not happening? And beyond that, Andrade, I don't even know what to do with Andrade anymore. You know what? If you were a kind, decent human being, you just let him go back to the WWE, give him Zelina Vega back, and let them do what they were doing when he was over, because he hasn't been over since he left that lady. And it's over. Ding, ding, ding. We're getting some Hobbs. Private Party and Hardy versus Andrade, Butcher, and the Blade. All right. We're probably going to get that. It wouldn't shock me. I do like the finisher. Anyone else digging the whole Rochambeau? Yeah, I'm down with it. I like it a lot. I didn't even see what happened. You blinked. That's what you get, Larry. Don't blink. Saw something today. The Miro hasn't wrestled on Dynamite in 3 months. True story. Another guy that just why? You're giving him all Miro is the Veer Mahan of AEW. I said it. It's true. Think about it. Lee Moriarty versus Fweck. Great. Rampage is shaping up to be a barn burner. Hook in action and Lee Moriarty versus who cares? So yeah, next week, National Scissor Day. Luchasaurus in action with Christian Cage. This has been a fucking bad episode, folks. Oh, Jungle Boy. Eli is a jobber now. Yep, true story. Private Party finally got rid of the funny color hair. That's the truth. Like I said, their new look, new attitude, babyface turn, babyface Matt Hardy. We'll see. We'll see. Dang, I just blunked again. No blunking. No blunking on the stream. Why use jobbers when you have so much unused young talent? Yeah, I assume the jobber would be one of those unused young talent. Like, I mean, maybe he's on Dark. I don't watch the Dark because we're kind of on here all the time. But I occasionally peek in. But that's what I would be doing, taking talent out of Dark, where we talked about like Abaddon and there's other wrestlers. Yeah, they got way too many wrestlers. They got to figure something out. It leads to discord, right? People get impatient. People get frustrated. And when you got Triple H going, hey, want to come, want to play, want to play. Can't fit Miro on TV, but we got room for Luigi 2 weeks in a row, bro. Luigi. Bandito coming to the ring. Let me know. What are your predictions? I'm assuming we're in main event territory at this point, unless I'm missing something. But Bandito up against Chris Jericho. And listen, guys, I know there's been a lot of not positive conversation around AEW tonight, but I do think that Tony is his own worst enemy in some of this. Oh, Eric here. Eric Bonnie. Eric Bonnie? Such a weird name. I might have to go to Dynamite in my hometown next week. Do it. Take pictures. Here comes Jericho. It's Bandito. Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Reminder, SmackDown is coming from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada on Friday. We'll get more clues. We'll get more excitement. We'll see what happens with the storylines, how everything continues to build. What's next for the Bloodline? What's next for the Imperium? What's up with the Brawling Brutes? What's the new clue? What's the next clue? The last clue said 9:30 Winnipeg, so let's pay attention. Bryan Danielson versus Daniel Garcia versus Jericho and Sammy next week on Dynamite. It's official. I missed that. Is that legit? I'm taking Bandito for the win. All right. I don't think so. Not a bad try, though. I don't think Bandito can win this. I think Jericho's going to hold on to that belt tight. Sorry, folks. Pasties. At all, VHS, at all. It was the last time FTR wrestled. Not sure what the first part of that was supposed to be. In a perfect world, Bandito wins. He's Jericho's Juice Robinson. Oh, absolutely. And if you want to shock the fucking world, let Bandito beat him. Let Bandito beat him. Surprise everybody. Hey. Bandito getting the crowd going. I'll give him credit. Robinson had no heat from the crowd. Handshake. Riccaboni. That's what I said. Smart ass.
What?
That's what I said.
Why?
Ian Riccaboni.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
What? I want Bandito to win, but they just showed Jericho as ROH champion for next week.
Oops. Oh, did they really?
We did it again. Yeah, no. Yeah,
did they say it, or did someone just say it in the comments?
Well, I mean, I trust Victor. I wouldn't trust anybody out there, but I trust Victor.
Right. Well, I still almost, it would be Bandito winning would be the perfect ending to this popcorn fart of a night of just this fumbly bumbly, sloppy jalopy show of just, we had Jericho take the belt off Claudio for a week, have Garcia finally solidify that he's a baby face, and we somehow magically worked that whole transition from getting the belt off Grisham to getting the belt off Bandito.
Absolutely. And if you want to tie in the whole episode and put a bow on it from start to finish, Garcia causes Jericho to lose.
Right. But I still think at the end of the day with this whole episode, it's going to go over like a turd in a punch bowl.
I'm just trying to oh, dude, what do you say for them? Like, it's been a struggle here tonight.
Right. It's not like we're hating on AEW, anything like that. It's just be better. It's literally we can punch this up better live watching it. And that's a sad indictment of the company. When now is your opportunity to actually, make a statement.
It takes talent to make a Philadelphia crowd sit on their hands.
Right.
Like, let's be real here. Like, I mean, they're not just in, some spot. Like, they're in Philly. Philly known to be rambunctious in all their sports and all their fanfare, and they've been relatively quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That takes a big, especially because it's like the ECW crowd and everything. So they're the smart market crowd. They're AEW's key audience. How is the demo god, got everybody sitting on their hands?
Yeah, no, it's bad. I mean, it's been a fairly quiet night, which means, like someone said, they're fan serving, but their fans don't seem thrilled by what they were served this evening.
Yeah, are they serving the fans at home? Because if you are, that's not great when you have a live audience.
Right, and I mean, I think JV was the one who said it. Like, you got to get better at sewing some storylines throughout the show, and I don't disagree with that. I mean, they really do have to find a way to, like, if the Jericho Danny thing kind of, there was a couple segments throughout the show that tie it all together to give some continuity to your show. But it lacks that. It's just spot match, spot match, spot match, spot match.
Yeah.
And I think Ian Riccaboni should be the permanent announcer for AEW. The dude with the mask can go take a fucking walk, put some fucking eggs in his shoes and beat it. Get
Ian and Morrow as your commentators for Ring of Honor. Get rid of Rampage. Rampage can piss off because it's just WCW Thunder 2.0. And you turn that into a 1 hour Ring of Honor show. And I think if you treat that as serious professional wrestling, you offer it. That's the thing is you either have to make it something entirely different from AEW, or it just becomes it's the rejects and the leftovers and the British Royal Navy crew members. Apparently, we need to highlight them for whatever reason. But you need to make Ring of Honor different. Otherwise, it just gets lost in the shuffle. And now you just collected wrestlers because you like having action figures.
Yeah, sorry. Chris for the win. And yes, that what Victor said is official tag team. Okay, there you go. I missed the graphic on that one. So we are getting a tag match next week. Sammy Jericho.
We're getting a tag match, but it doesn't mean he's Ring of Honor champion.
Yeah, well, he had the belt in the graphic, which I mean, that could be changed.
Right. Oh, we got a countdown as Bandito's holding him up in a suspended suplex and having to constantly readjust because Chris is in his 50s, folks, and not in Lionheart shape anymore. More barrel shape than anything.
Dude, let go of my mask.
He's almost parallel instead of vertical at this point.
Do we get another Claudio punch?
Oh.
Why ref not counting?
What?
They're still up?
Yeah. Like I said, he's more vertical. He's more horizontal than vertical at this point.
Fucking Jericho must have had a Viagra before the match.
That was more of, yeah. If your Jericho's up for more than 4 minutes, please contact your Tony Khan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was more of a DD.
And you know what? It started looking shit.
The paradigm shift.
But here's the point. It started looking shit about 10 seconds ago.
Right.
End it. Oh, you got him over.
Like I said, that was more the paradigm shift than the paradigm shift. The half suplex, half DDT. That was pretty much more a straight DDT.
Yeah, eventually they're chanting Bandito. I thought they were chanting Mexico. I was like,
Montequilla.
If I was that crowd, I would want a refund. Ooh, Carlos.
Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of Eddie. Frog splash.
Well, can you ask for a refund when your ticket's comped?
Oh shit. Yes, delete Rampage, replace it with ROH. Absolutely.
Right.
Do something. Make it matter. That hour on Fridays means nothing.
Yeah, it peaked and ended the night that Punk returned.
Yeah.
What?
What? What was the purpose of TK buying ROH? I mean, there is a purpose behind it. If nothing else, he owns the library. But I think the big part of it is he's got to figure out a TV deal for them. He's got to put them somewhere. But like Nick said, I think we have an easy solution for it.
Right. Well, Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor because everybody else wanted those action figures and he had to have them first. So what the hell was that? Whoop. But so, yeah, I think that's really why he bought Ring of Honor. He doesn't have any sort of plan, it seems, with Ring of Honor. Oh, wait till you get to there. But yeah, he has no purpose outside of the video.
This is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. I am behind you.
Pause.
Oh, that's not what I thought.
Coming soon now, Wrestling Tees. Pause.
Yeah, stay tuned for the pause t-shirt. Oh, that was a shitty looking code breaker. KJ went blue.
Instead of the white rabbit, it's the blue.
Right.
It's the blue rabbit.
Bandito doing Bandito things. Pretty much.
Bandito's got some juice on his mask. Pause. So who's
you mean Robinson?
Yeah. I don't see Jericho with any sort of color on him or anything.
Bandito's mouth is probably weird, bleeding from the code breaker. Seriously.
That was a sloppy jalopy. That was also terrible.
But
that's the thing. So while they go to picture in picture, I guess you're getting there.
We're going to
You good?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Okay. I get the whole theory that Chris Jericho has the Ring of Honor title and everything to try and get a TV deal with Warner or try and make it a smoother transition, anything like that. But you already have someone on your roster that already wrestled earlier tonight that has a lineage to Ring of Honor, that is over with that audience, that specific audience that's always been faithful to the Ring of Honor, has that connection from WWE that is going to get over with television companies and can still actually wrestle these type of matches. If we got Bryan Danielson versus Bandito right now,
it'd be much better than this.
Right. Have Chris Jericho wrestle Daddy Magic and let that be a sloppy jalopy train wreck sports entertainment match that you'd see on NXT Level Up. That's fine. But if you're going to have it for the Ring of Honor World title, give me Bandito versus Bryan Danielson. Way better match.
Right. And Damien says, I think Impact card is way better than Dynamite's card tomorrow. I know what you mean, but either way, KJ Nick, Impact's card is way better. Listen, we're getting Ali Catch and Slamovich. He might be right.
Right. We might be, that might be one of the rumbles that we pay more attention to.
I will definitely have Impact on during Let's Rumble tomorrow, folks. Don't forget, we are back for our weekly podcast tomorrow. Friday, we'll have a doubleheader stream as we always do, SmackDown and Rampage. It may turn into a triple header. We're talking it out. And we will be here on Saturday. Click the little bell because we could be here on Sunday as well. And then we're back through. I can't wait till next week because we got the Go Home show, the Go Home Raw for Extreme Rules. We're going to get the last 2 clues as far as I'm concerned. Of this White Rabbit, Monday and Friday. So it's a busy week. You know, more AEW. They're going to have a bounce back show from this nonsense. And the debut of the new NXT, if all's well, down in Full Sail.
Absolutely. No one is giving you professional wrestling content at this level, folks. We are here covering anything and everything live and in full effect. Whether you name the promotion, we've taken recommendations from fans or anything like that of just, you know, hey, this looks like a good show. And we're like, okay, yeah, let's make it work. So we're here. Nobody does it like we do. I know Christian's changed it to work everybody, but we absolutely took his whole motto to heart there, outwork everybody.
Outgrind. Never take a nap.
Talk that talk.
That's it. So that's right. I think Impact's card is way better. And rest in peace, Coolio. Yes.
Like I said, he's up in the big gangster's paradise in the sky. So T's and P's, I guess, halfway moment of silence for Coolio.
Right. Paige segment was awful. Yeah, I mean, Paige segment is an example of stepping on your own toes. I almost said something else. But stepping on your own toes as far as just let Paige go out there and give her 5. You got the mic. You got 5 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever. Go and let her do a little spiel about why she's there, what she's going to mean to this division, how AEW is going to have the best women's division in the world. Yeah, that's what I would have done. Not had her walked on and then have like all these fucking people around. You could have the Lumberjacks come out after, but it didn't work.
Use that moment to get. Yes, you just got the. So yeah, there was the springboard, I guess, kind of crossover, powerbomb, and wait till you get this sloppy jalopy lion salt, because I'm glad Chris got the full rotation because it looked like he wasn't for a minute.
That's way too far.
Yup.
Oh, Bandito. Yo, A+ to Bandito there. That man moved into that shit because he knew blown out Jericho ain't making it over here.
Right. He did that little shuffle, that little side
he scooched.
There. Right.
Dude, he scooched hard, quick.
Well, I'm surprised Bandito isn't, well, granted, there's the contract issues and everything with CMLL and AAA, but I'm amazed that when Tony bought Ring of Honor, that Bandito wasn't one of the first people on his mind of like, I need you.
Yeah.
Bandito's
crucifix. He split open his mask.
Right. He's got Moxley's forehead as a mask right now, as paper mache. Bandito's
face is just mashed potato under that mask right now.
He's blank man underneath. You have no idea what he looks like. You remember though when that actually mattered? Like, it was a shock when you saw Rey Mysterio without his mask on.
You know, but I mean, I'll give guys credit. Like, you know, like you look at Penta on social media, and he's always got creative ways to cover up, you know, his face and what he's posting. So it's not completely lost, but it has been diminished gratefully.
Well, and then you get even people with like face paint, like Abaddon or Rosemary and all of that. So I do like when you try and stay more to the gimmick and this Lion Tamer. Wow. This is awful. This is awful.
Oh, hello, ladies. Hello. Hey, what's up, James? Jimmy? Little Jimmy's in the house.
Where's our truth? So anyone out there, even if you are a fan of Chris Jericho, you can't tell me. I don't know why I said his last name weird like that. If you're a fan of Chris Jericho, you can't tell me that he fits having the Ring of Honor title. I get the Ocho, all of that, but he doesn't fit being in that, promotion. He doesn't fit being anywhere near.
His gimmick was the antithesis, and maybe that's part of what they're trying to say the point is here, but he was literally the representation of a sports entertainer, and you gave him the wrestlers the wrestler's belt. You know what I mean? Like it's truly the pro wrestling belt for those guys. You knew even through years that if you wanted the good wrestling, you wanted really good, solid wrestling, it was in ROH. And this is an interesting choice. And the crowd is fucking dead.
Right. And to Victor's comment right here, I am sad that the big gold Ring of Honor belt is gone because that belt was beautiful. And I'm amazed someone like Jericho didn't bring that back. You figured he'd have something like Big Goldie. But, oh, my God. Oh, well, at least he's alive. But that's the problem, though, with having someone like Chris Jericho doing this is because Jericho can't wrestle these type of matches.
This is horrible.
He got a 1 count on that. You're joking me. Shitty booking. But you can't have Jericho can't wrestle these type of matches, so Jericho looks terrible in these type of matches.
The problem is
sorry, go ahead.
He's trying to do these spots, but he's doing it in such a way like that was so slow and drawn out where it's like, oh, this is a 5. Watch, Meltzer's going to give this 5 stars.
Oh, absolutely. Meltzer and his crooked system. But yeah, that fall away sunset flip, was all Bandito. And like I said, that's why I was like, I'm glad he made it out of there. And he kicked out at 1 off of that. And a reverse GTS. But with Jericho bringing the Ring of Honor title and he can't have these type of matches and go with these guys that clearly outwork him, it makes him look terrible and it makes the belt look terrible. Oh, the crowd's coming alive, though. I'll give him that.
A little bit.
They're coming alive for Bandito. That's about it.
Nice! The 21 Blacks!
Roll up.
This match did pick up a little. The crowd picked up a little.
We're covering
any pay-per-views this weekend, James. Yes, we are. We were just talking about being here for GCW. If anyone's got any suggestions for other ones that might be on, but I shouldn't have said that out loud. But
cue the inbox notifications in 3, 2. You're me.
But yeah, we will be here Saturday at 8 p.m. And click your little bell because you never know when else we're gonna pop up. We're like the Dexter Loomis of YouTube.
Coming through, the canvas of your YouTube channel. I don't know. I tried.
There it is. Taylor for the win. And still.
And unfortunately, still.
Damien. This Dynamite has been awful.
Yep. And they even got the Ring of Honor. It's telling, though, that Gabe Sapolsky, who was running Ring of Honor, now has a job in WWE and wants nothing to do with anything Tony's doing with Ring of Honor.
Well, I mean, we talked about this on Friday because there's Delirious in matches.
Right.
Why don't you just say Delirious? Can you do what you've been doing for a while? Just do it. Go ahead.
Right. Hey, I've got Ring of Honor now, so do you want to keep booking it? Sure.
You were doing a pretty good job getting all these nobodies that nobody had ever heard of over and turning them into somebody's. Keep going.
Right. But no, Tony's,
that's the least he could have done. That's the least he could have done. That's the least he could have done after hijacking most of his talent to build his company.
Right.
That's by the way, for any AEW fan out there that wants to go, Triple H is tampering and he's trying to steal all our guys. Do remember you raided a company to get a company. Something happened.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a low blow and a Judas effect to the ring announcer for no damn reason as Chris Jericho goes
That's
off
not what
here, cutting a promo about, the legacy of Ring of Honor, and how, doing his best kind of Shane Douglas, I feel like a little bit.
That's our go home moment.
Yeah.
Jack. Ooh, it got bad. 3 out of 10. Wow. Damien says 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of AEW Dynamite. If you are new here, we take your rating out of 10 at the end of every show. Let us know. What did you think? I know some of the comments don't seem too positive. So by all means, give us a score out of 10. Look, Dale, 2.
Dale coming in hot and heavy.
Woo! 3. Oh my God. This is getting bad. Jack, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Dynamite's getting a 5 out of 10 for me. Okay. A-Town, 6.5. I don't know if I can get 6. Okay. We're getting some mid-rangers.
I was going to say it depends on go mid-rangers. But it depends on, I guess, on how harsh or how critique you want to get, because you can get
I feel like
this can get low, right?
No, Lynn, to Jack's comment here, like, Jericho sucks, though the same thing every single damn time. Here's the fucking problem with Jericho, and I'm gonna take a minute because the show's over and I got some energy.
You're good.
But the fucking problem with Jericho is he makes wrestlers slow down to him. They have to come down to his level to try and make him look like a fucking superstar. He's going to go back and jump on his podcast and tell the world what a fucking awesome 5-star match he had, how him and Bandito tore it down when that poor young man had to carry that old bastard all the way through it. It was sloppy. It was slow. Even that line saw, like we said, if Bandito didn't fish his way over there like a fucking trout, Jericho lands fucking feet first in his mouth, and which was already bleeding from a code breaker.
Right.
He saps the life out of everything and everybody. He is so in the fucking ear and pocket and asshole of Tony Khan. I called it. He was going to win that belt. When the minute they announced Jericho's going to fight for the title, I said, oh, he hasn't had that one. Ding. Thank you, Uncle Tony. And now we're back to this. To me, it's a fucking disgrace. And all the people out there, he's going to bring a name value and they're trying to get a TV deal. Fuck off. Bryan Danielson could have done the exact same thing, and I would have happily paid money for Bryan Danielson and fucking Bandito tonight. Give us the talent that you have and use it properly. Jericho keeping every time you put somebody shitty on the perch, you hold down everyone else who's more talented. That's my piece. And
no, you're fine. I was about to say, absolutely. Thank you, and I love you because you've been saying everything that I've been feeling and saying for the longest time here. I very much think, and I used to love Chris Jericho. Jericho was what got me into WCW to an extent with, the man of 1,001 holds and all that. He literally reading out the list. And when he showed up as Y2J and everything, it was great. The whole promo segments that he had, everything was great about Jericho. The way he reinvented himself.
Even though
ever since he left WWE, it has been a steady and steep decline. And I feel at this point now we have gone fully off the goddamn cliff. We have jumped the shark at this point with Chris Jericho to where he's become the antithesis of what everybody, whenever they're in any sort of profession, any sort of sport, anything, that you never want to end up being a mockery of yourself because you keep going too long. And that's exactly what Chris Jericho has become, is a mockery, a sham, an embarrassment of himself.
He's becoming fucking Jordan in a Wizards jersey. It doesn't fucking make sense.
Right. That's the best analogy you could have put it right there. Of this is Michael Jordan playing in a fucking Wizards jersey.
Right.
Sit there with the tongue out like Space Jam and just dunk it and everything. No, Chris. It's getting sad. It's getting pathetic. You've worn down and anchored down everybody from Eddie Kingston to Bryan Danielson to Daniel Garcia to now even people that don't work in that company like Bandito, just to try and get yourself the goddamn over. And we've even talked about it before of how it seems almost like his podcast is just part of Gorilla now, with the way that he'll just go right backstage or have somebody right before their match of like, wasn't that great? Aren't we great? Like, we get it. That's the biggest tell that you're not great is if you have to tell people you're great.
Bandito's 27. Yeah, and Bandito's a talent. But you saw it in the moments where you've seen enough Bandito that you know there's a pace to his matches. And Jericho, you know, and again, is Jericho awful in the right settings? No. Should Jericho quit wrestling forever? Probably not. Is there a place for him? Is there an ability for him? But to me, he's got like, it's like the Vince Russo effect in the sense of that delusion of grandeur a little bit sometimes, where you do have a level of talent. You do have a lot to bring to the table. But you need that person to oversee and go, that's bad. No, run with that, fix that up. And when Jericho's the one telling Tony, I'm going to do this. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to fall off a cage into a big fucking cushion and everyone's going to think I'm dead. Watch. It's going to be the best shit ever. Then we're going to do it again. And then we're going to throw someone else off the cage. And then we're going to fuck up the arena. It's the same shit over and over, but it's all him and nobody there to filter him.
But that's part of the problem is that Tony is in no shape or form in charge of that company. I don't know who is, but it's certainly not Tony Khan, because anybody and everybody that has any sort of power, any sort of name, anything that Tony just wants to be buddies with, all of a sudden now everything that they want to do on TV is getting out there. We've seen people tune out, I think, over 200,000, like tune out in droves anytime the Bucks or the Elite show up on TV. I want to see almost what the numbers are anytime Jericho shows up on TV. Because like you even talked about, we thought we were just in for a rough show with the start to where they all came out in purple velour outfits and all of that. We're like, it's only up from here because we're at the bottom already. Oh boy, did we not know how far the
ironically, that was one of the best parts of the show, though.
Right.
That's the fucked up part about all this is that segment where when Garcia turned and got bass in his voice and started digging into Jericho, and there was a back and forth. Brian comes out, and Brian's being schmarmy and arrogant and funny the way he kind of always is. That was all good. That might have been the highlight of the fucking show.
Yeah. Maybe. Well, I was going to say, let's stop bagging on Jericho at this point.
5 out of 10.
Let's listen to the other people bag on Jericho besides us.
4.5 from Victor.
4, very generous.
Very generous. 4 from Edward. This might be one of the worst fan-rated AEW Dynamites we've ever had on this channel.
And that's the funny part is we were the channel that had Dynamite for the longest time. That it couldn't be beat. It was on the Goldberg, the Jade Cargill streak in rankings for show of the week and everything.
Yeah, if you go down to our rankings below in the other playlist, when we were running it weekly before we took the pause, it literally was on like a 7-week tear. It was number 1 almost every single week. Dynamite was the best show of the week. It might have been chaos. It might have been fucked, but it was highly entertaining. All of a sudden, it's not.
Yeah, it's now the landscape's changed around AEW, and it's sinking in quicksand real goddamn quick. I feel, and this might be, honestly, one of, surprisingly, when you have 2 title matches, what? You have a title eliminator, what? You have Saraya showing up on your TV, what? You have MJF coming out on your TV, what? And this might be one of the worst Dynamites I've ever seen in the 3+ years of their existence. This was bad,
straight up bad, from start to finish,
from bell to bell, from we're live to go home. Bad.
If anybody disagrees with that, I would like somebody to try and get a hold of somebody that was in that arena tonight. That was a fucking the quietest I've ever seen a Philadelphia crowd that didn't involve one of their fucking home teams getting eliminated, usually the Eagles. But I mean, the crowd was fucking crickets at a wrestling show in Philly.
Right? The home of ECW. Yeah, if you disagree with that, please let me know in the comments. Yeah. Like, I'd love to discuss that. And this is always a house of positivity and everything like that. So it's not going to be any shenanigans like that. But it's one of those of literally, I feel like this is just unanimous. That was bad. And that's the thing, especially with everything that's going on backstage around AEW. you can't afford bad at this point. You have to hit home runs. You can't hit, pop flies.
Well, again, I think part of it is just when you're just putting out, and somebody said earlier, they're serving their fans, but their fans were quiet by this. Their fans weren't the jumping for joy. Their fans weren't overly excited tonight. And again, the Moxley thing, last week you gave us a really good Moxley match. He stayed in the ring. It was outside of it minimal. It was a battle. It was a grind. A good match with a good wrestler. You bring in Robinson, who most of your crowd don't know except your fucking smart marks in the first 5 rows. And and again, you have a slow, boring match with 70% of it outside the ring. No ref ever counting a fucking count out ever. It's like the prerequisite to be an AEW ref is blind and can't count to 10.
Yeah, exactly. You need to be a member of the Three Blind Mice to be, an officiating member for AEW.
Oh, I feel bad, but I haven't. Listen, for all the hours, I and you and CJ have sat on WWE streams with this type of rant about how fucking garbage it was and how repetitive and commercials. Listen, like we said, they literally were the number one voted show week in and week out. And this is by far, in a time where WWE feels like they're doing this, Tony feels like he's doing this.
Right.
And we need to fix it. And not we, you know what I mean? Like, for our sake, I'd like him to fix it. I'd like him to correct it. Go back to giving us the stuff that was like, oh, fuck, this is really cool. But it starts with their booking. You got to make it make sense.
Well, that's the thing, is now the foot's on the other shoe of now it's just become a sloppy jalopy train wreck of just you're tuning in almost because you don't know what's going to happen next. And it's going to, be either great or awful. There's no in between.
Right.
I do like that though. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, but that's yeah, no, you're right. If it was a 5-star match, it was based out of 20 stars. Yeah, he's 50-something years old, like Undertaker wrestling Goldberg. It was trash then. Completely agree. And listen, if you give Jericho spot matches or angles, if you work him hard in an angle where he's fucking with some young up-and-comer that eventually goes over on him, great. But Jericho keeps going over on everybody.
Right.
And that's the dilemma. You destroyed Eddie Kingston. Fucking wrecked him. Jericho hit Eddie Kingston's career like a fucking dump truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing that I've asked people, and I'm sorry if I cut you off there, but
no.
that someone out there, name me a feud recently that Jericho's had to where in the end he goes under.
Yeah.
He may lose a match, don't get me wrong. He tapped out to Eddie in the first match, but who won that feud overall? Chris Jericho. The feud with Daniel Bryan, who won that feud overall? Chris Jericho. At the end of the day, I almost feel halfway with the feud with MJF. Who won that feud overall? Mm-hmm. Chris Jericho. The man.
No, he did. He ended up getting the last laugh, did he not? With MJF?
Yeah. It's one of those of the man does not how to actually put over talent because the man has to still scratch, claw, and climb. The man's a leech. The man's an anchor. The man constantly, as much as he tries to bag on, wrestlers of the 80s and the 70s and all that, that constantly, the Hulk Hogan's that clung on to their spot at the top. Mm-hmm. Well, Chris, you got to look at the man in the mirror because, God damn it, if that ain't a pot calling a kettle black, I don't know what is.
It's getting close. It's getting close.
Right.
5 out of 10 from the artist. I agree. I like when that happens. James, there you go. Thank you, Victor. I'm looking forward to Delirious versus Black Taurus. Going to be a good match tomorrow night on Impact.
I went all the way there.
Not bad. I mean, I struggle with Black Taurus.
I don't mind him. I just thought it was going to go a different way when he started with the K.
Don't do it. Take the head off.
Right.
I'm trying Goldberg versus Jericho. That'll be a 5-star match. You know what? This is one of those things where Jericho, if he's, come on, Tony, look, he'll come in for $5 million, one time only. Yeah, right? Come on, Tony, you got it. I'll get my dream match. I'll finally get my match against Goldberg.
It'll be a squash match in that case then.
Yeah, Jericho fucking beats him in 3 moves.
he hits the Judas effect, Lion Tamer, tap out. We're done here, because that would be what Chris Jericho would want. And I almost feel at this point Goldberg would take the paycheck. But no, to me, that's a 5 alarm match. That's a 5 wee-woos on wee-woos match there of Goldberg. Just stop, please. The man walks around concussed and Jericho walks around delusional, and those two in a wrestling match don't work well together.
Right. Well, but like for me, here's the thing. As an AEW fan from day one, you know, what if FTR was on the show tonight, even if it was a squash match, had a 5 to 7 minute match, would this show have been better? Probably. What if, even someone like Jay Lethal, what if Jay Lethal was in action and not trying to build up this angle? Probably give us a decent match. Hobbs, we got a bit of a promo from him, but what if he was in action instead of some of the other stuff we saw? Might have been better. Like there is athletes, there was no luchas. We didn't see Pac. The list goes on. No Miro tonight. What if
we got Luigi?
Event, we got Luigi, but what if the main event was Miro versus Hobbs? I'm in. I think that might have been entertaining.
What if the main event was actually the one that involved your world champion? Just saying.
Yeah, is that not interesting?
Right.
That the ROH championship gets to headline the show?
The ROH championship that has no television show. You don't know when you'll ever see it again on TV. You don't know when you'll see it on anything defended or anything like that. But because it's Chris Jericho, it's got to be the main event.
Hot shot booking Wednesday nights. That's it. I think you do disservice to the program you're trying to run when you continually bring in people like the great Muta wasn't I know who Muta is. I know what he means. I know about him and Sting. But it's just these moments of where like half the building is like, oh my God. And the other half of the building is like, oh, fuck, what? And again, it has no purpose. It's doing nothing to build your show for next week or the week after. It's not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Juice Robinson, we might never see Juice again.
Yeah, the Muta thing was very much you're helping out.
It's a nostalgia
Japan, All Japan, Noah more than you are your own product. And now, don't you think it would have been interesting if they maybe at least advertised that Muta was going to be there in New York City? You don't got to say what for, but at least throw him on the card. People are going to tune in. People are going to. It's a draw.
Being in New York, I think you might have been able to move a few more tickets just because of his name value, even if you didn't know where he was going to be.
Yeah,
because no one.
Because the attendance was less than it was last year. I mean, granted, they tried to change up the shooting of the show and everything, so you didn't notice, but the attendance was less.
Right, George. Welcome to the channel. By the way, thank you for being here. Yeah, there's a list of guys that I think could have been. Now, Hook will be on Friday. But there's a lot of wrestlers, guys and girls, that we could have got something better. And I mean, to me, you bring in Saraya, it was huge pop. It was the huge news of last week. Paige is, WWE Paige is in, All Elite Wrestling. You gave her 15 seconds before you cut her off on her first time with the microphone in her hand in your company. It's a bad fucking move. And people are going to say, well, KJ, they put her on commentary. Doesn't fucking matter. When she has the spotlight in front of those fans, you got to let her go. And didn't need any of the other bullshit. Then she could have wandered up off the commentary, and then you could have brought out all the Lumberjacks or whatever, or ended the little promo with a little back and forth with Britt. But squashed it, stepped on it right away. And that's fucking up your own shit.
You had Saraya on tonight. What? You had MJF on tonight. What? You had your world champion on tonight. What? You had your Ring of Honor world champion on tonight. What? You had your women's champion on tonight. What? And the highlight of tonight was a pizza guy getting punched in the face. What?
That was my biggest pop of the night. Might have been. Yeah.
Right. That's a problem.
Luigi's down.
I can book better on fucking 2K20, that glitchy ass game, than Tony Khan with billions of dollars and a roster stacked that most companies would dream of having.
We could toast the whiskey from now until fucking the sun comes up and then write the fucking show. And I'm sure it would have a little more fluidity to it and a little more fun to it. Let's go. Where's the fucking fun? Where's the entertainment? Like, what are we doing?
Where's this smorgasbord of professional wrestling we were supposed to be getting? Because so far it's just been a shit sandwich.
It's been a shitsaborg.
Right.
Everybody wants to say Bandito getting the title shot was the right decision because he never lost the title. But I'm sure they're shaking their heads now at why did they think this was a good idea? No. Jericho walked his ass back between the curtains. And when he got out to the other side of that fucking tunnel, Tony gave him a big old hug and told him, best match I've ever seen. So that's the fucking issue.
I'm sure Dave will give that 6 stars. The problem isn't with Bandito. The problem is the fucking fact that Chris Jericho's one waiting in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
That's John Cena winning the ECW title. That's what that is. That is, if Jericho wins, we riot type of mentality. It should be. Finger poke of doom.
We're not there yet, but fuck, if they keep this up.
No, that was when we had Punk versus Mox, the prequel before All Out.
Yeah, right? Hook would have been a better match than all of these matches tonight. Again, I mean, it's easy for us to go through and say, well, that could have been better and this could have been better. But again, if you don't put people in the right positions or right situations, it doesn't matter.
Action Bronson versus Orange Cassidy would have been a better goddamn match than that was. And that's saying something when you have someone who's super talented like Bandito involved.
Yeah. No, if you want to, again, when you're not writing, and we talked about this with the tag team division, you fucked up your own tag team division booking this way of like, you legitimately have an opportunity to highlight really talented wrestlers. And you're like, well, but I like these guys better. So you're highlighting wrestlers that aren't at the same level. And then you got guys like, we talked about Santana and Ortiz being held back. We talk about FTR and their woes. And not even, dude, you didn't even have the fucking balls to drop the title to them. That's bad for business. And now you see stuff like the Jericho shit. The ROH champion gets to main event your fucking show. And your AEW champion goes on before that? Why? Doesn't make sense. Highlight Moxley. Are you fucking dumb? That's simple for me.
WCW. It's the last dying days of WCW. It just all over, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Victor, I know they were helping and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Help yourselves. Or put them on a fucking poster. You're on his farewell tour. Last time you'll ever get to see him.
Right. Well, I guess I'll put it this way. If you're in a sinking ship, are you handing your life raft to a fucking cruise ship that's going by? Or are you trying to hold on to that? Because right now, AEW feels like a little bit like a sinking ship. You're not trying to help out New Japan that's still going strong or anything like that. The Great Muta doesn't need AEW to get him over. That's for goddamn sure. What AEW needs is the Great Muta to get them the fuck over at this point.
Mm-hmm. Zurin says tonight, Dynamite did not what I expected. Saraya did not impress. Yeah, she wasn't given an opportunity to impress because Tony would rather highlight Britt Baker than Saraya. And that's a mistake. And that's what happened there. Britt came out and talked over the new lady. And Britt is really good at talking. I think she held her own. And I mean, realistically, she kind of came off as the better of the two in that exchange.
She's the female MJF. She's how Becky was as a man when it comes to AEW being on the mic. Who's better on the mic right now in AEW as a female than Britt?
Nobody. You're
exactly
bang on with that. I just at moments I get tired of hearing her, but I don't know if that's her fault. I need the scrum after tonight's show.
That's what you're getting right now, folks.
Right? Yeah. Well, thank you. I would love to see Wardlow. Hey, where was Wardlow?
Rampage.
Yeah, but why couldn't we get the TNT champion just to come walk out and waffle somebody? And why does he not have anything of substance since MJF?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's weird what they're doing with that TNT title. It's weird. The TNT title and the TBS title are both kind of just like, you're a thing. Like, we want you on a guy or a competitor who's going to be a star, but we don't know what to do with you once we've given it to you.
But just put him in fucking decent matches. It's that fucking simple. Like, all right, who's good on my roster? Okay, that guy's good. So Wardlow, this guy's going to do this. You're going to be pissed off at him. He's going to want your belt. You're going to power bomb him. We're going to be happy, okay? It's going to take about 3 weeks to pull off in total. You good? Good, go. That simple. That fucking simple. Yes, ROH is on every week now, but I do believe that's because they're like, look, we're going to take that and put it on its own show, right? You guys want that?
Yeah, it's because they have nothing else to do with it, and because Tony likes belts.
The hard part right now is, dude, like you look at like when you're trying to get a network to pick you up, they look at numbers. And now Dynamite's done well. I'm curious how tonight did on the rating scale, but Friday they were thrilled to hit, what was it, 550,000, 570,000. I mean, Rampage is dying. It's in like fucking, I mean, it's a tough one, buddy.
Rampage is on its dying legs. I've always said it's the WCW Thunder of AEW. And Dynamite, unfortunately, now that we've gotten outside of that bubble of the media scrum with Punk and that whole fallout, and we've realized, oh no, he's just not learned anything, and it's still bad. I feel like now you're seeing that number decline. And even then, still, you can look at the numbers from like Grand Slam 2021 versus 2022. The ratings are lower. The attendance was lower. You're only 3 to 4 years into this company. You shouldn't be having giant declines like this soon.
No, when you start getting into year 4, year 5, and that's what I've said. Like a lot of people, when they were critical of AEW in the beginning, like they would, especially the pro WWE fans that were very much like, AEW sucks. They do that. I said, listen, you got to treat it like any business, any expansion team. It takes time. So I give them the grace period. But now once you get into that 4th year, that 5th year, that's when you got to be hitting that level where you're ready to take those proper steps and the excuses go away. But here we are on the verge of that time frame, Nick, and it feels like they're slipping backwards.
You'll get this reference, and I guess I'll throw this out there because of your Captain Canada and everything. AEW is the Las Vegas Golden Knights of professional wrestling. They came out of the gate, won the fucking cup, and they proceeded to suck ass ever since then.
Yeah, I mean, come out swinging, but to do it properly, and I think that's even with we saw it with WCW and such in the past with WWE is keep swinging, keep hot shotting. We know that will burn your crowd out. Keep doing it. You will lose your audience because we'll keep doing our thing. We'll keep trying to write stories. Now, Vince kind of, is a disclaimer on all that, but in the heyday, that's what happened. Now, Papa Paul, that's what he's doing. Okay, these guys like these guys. Let's build an angle. Let's run with it. This is cool. Hey, anybody see a white rabbit? Let's go. Let's give people something to talk about. But it's all storyline driven. It's all based on storylines. And we're getting good matches now. We're getting more wrestling. So Tony's on the other side of that coin where, like you said, he came in hot and heavy. But again, we all knew that if you were going to continue to name every fucking show a special show and have a gimmick match every fucking week, and continue to hot shot and use, those return pops, you were going to run out. You were going to fizzle out.
Yeah, it's hot shotting. It's the law of diminishing returns. It's if you took ECW in its heyday, WCW at the end of it, and Vince Russo threw them in a blender and turned that shit to 11. I feel like a bit of just, we're going to give you every big return back to back to back. We're going to give you every gimmick match all at once. I've been saying this. It's him playing with action figures, and eventually you get bored of that.
Right. Lawrence Weaver says Muta would have moved tickets, but he's only got 4. Yeah, but I think, that's what I think. If you put that out there, like, this is the last time Muta's going to wrestle in New York. Tune in.
Right. Well, the last appearance of the Great Muta. You don't even have to say wrestles. Appearance. Because that's all he did.
True. Fair enough. Got that one.
You're in that one.
We're almost out here, folks.
Yeah, I think
it might take us a minute, but we all
be fighting backstage with somebody right now.
Right, we always get to these. So Miro, Darby, Cody, and Sammy all had better TNT title reigns. Yes.
Ooh.
Well, they had more matches, more significant matches. Even Sammy had a couple ladder matches.
But were they more over?
But I don't think that's his point, right? So
I get it.
Right? No, but that's I think the disappointing part, Nick, about me, the fact that Wardlow is this over and he's having a shitty title run. That's sad.
Right. Yeah.
Meanwhile, TBS is still meaningless. Well, oh no. Well, the TBS isn't meaningless. Jade's doing a great job. We just don't see it very often. Right. Gotta go. Great show, guys. Thank you, artists. Thank you. Come back anytime. They were
booked anytime, all the time.
Come back all the time. Come back tomorrow.
What? Come back tomorrow. What? Friday. What? Saturday. What? Probably be here Sunday. What? Monday. What?
All week long, folks. We can't wait. Next week's going to be a crazy week. Tomorrow we got Let's Rumble with special guest. Yeah, we got lots going on. I want to see Wardlow versus Dante Martin. Why?
You just want to see a little man get powerbombed. That's what it is.
Right. The Acclaimed will defend their tag titles on Rampage in a triple threat match, Butcher and the Blade and Private Party. Oh, okay. Oh. Main event. See how that goes.
Yeah, some serious hard-hitting contenders there. Does anyone see Butcher and the Blade or Private Party leaving with the tag belts?
Not today.
No.
Not
tomorrow. Okay, then. So we
not that day. Here's the thing. I really think, at least at minimum, I think the Butcher and the Blade are talented. I think they got a lot of upside. Private Party, I was never that sold on. They're young, up and coming. Then they got lost in all the shuffle of everything. But even the Butcher alone as a singles competitor, man, he's a big fucking burly dude.
Oh, they're talented, but have them have a match on maybe on Rampage, maybe on Dark for a #1 contenders match or something like that. Don't instantly throw them into a title match.
Funny. Edward has a very good question, and I'm not going to make it long-winded because I was actually thinking about this today. It's funny. It was like, hold our belts. We'll be right back. Doesn't it feel like that?
A little bit.
Okay. That's all I want to say about that. Contrived bullshit. Now they're burying 2 divisions, the trios and the tags. We haven't had a single trios division match since Lucha won the belt.
You diversify that gold shovel.
Right, but like we haven't even had like just a mid-card trios match, like these 3 versus these 3 in like, and where the announcers are like, "Oh, this is a part of our trios division that we have champs for." No, you have champs in no fucking division. Stupid, fucking stupid. I'm cranky tonight.
Well, I think it's shitty wrestling makes you cranky.
Oh, it's just dumb, stupid fucking decision.
All gimmicks and no wrestling make Nick and KJ no boy.
You mean TNT, Carlos? Yes. Not really a fan of the Butcher and the Blade. No, there you go. But give them a push. I like them. I think you could be surprised. They have a lady for the trio. Bunny as
the. We get into the Lucha Underground to where you can have intergender trios.
Right. Got that one. You're right. I'm confusing all these meaningless titles. Right.
Don't worry, Tony's doing it too, and he owns the
bunch. Fuck. AEW has more titles than WWE. Yep. True story.
It's not hard.
We don't even. Impact, Call Your Shot, Gauntlet returns to Bound for Glory. We will be here for Bound for Glory, and like I said, tomorrow we're doing Let's Rumble. I will have, and I'm sure Nick will. Have Impact on in the background for a little peek. Ali Catch is going against Slamovich, so I do want to see that one.
I was going to say KJ's girls wrestling.
It's a Monster Ball match.
Full screen.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a Monsters Ball match. So, yeah, those ladies are going to go ham. I'm looking forward to it. And someone else mentioned a good match as well. So, I like me some Impact.
I'll just say this: is it crazy to you as crazy to you as it is to me that right now in 2022, Impact Wrestling, formerly known as TNA, is the better promotion I feel, match for match, show for show, than consistently and everything than AEW.
The fact that it's close enough to debate is interesting to me. Can I say to the level that you said it? Not quite yet, but I mean, they're in. Watch, tomorrow night's show will be more entertaining than tonight.
They're in reaching distance. Yeah,
like it's a week to week. Nick, sorry.
No, I was just saying, I was agreeing with you, and I just said, yeah, we haven't even given our ratings. We had everybody else ask.
Oh, shit.
Asked everybody else.
I'm mad about it at all. I'll go a 4 because nothing sucked that bad. But I'll go a 4 because there was a couple things I didn't mind, but the whole night kind of sucked.
Well, I'll cut your shit in half. Pause. And because it was 2 hours, 2 hosts, it gets a 2-piece. So 2 out of 10 because that was
2 dimes.
Garbage.
2 dimes.
Yeah, 2 dimes. That was
you're going 2 out of 10, eh? Shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I justify a 4 as far as what.
But that's a sad part. That's a sad statement to say. I don't know how I justify a 4 or 5.
Like, they get a couple points
to do that.
They get a little bit of love for Garcia Garcia, that little part there with Jericho. If they had got right to the meat of that promo a little quicker, it would have been a better segment. But the opening segment wasn't terrible. I did like Garcia with the microphone. I like Brian. I think Brian's the best in the company and completely underutilized and spends way too much time being nice and letting everyone else go over. Was there anything else? I mean, Bandito's awesome. I like Bandito. I was really surprised. The Moxley, what killed me, and I killed a lot of the crowd, that Juice Robinson Moxley match was hot fucking garbage, and it killed the crowd on and off, like on TV and live.
But isn't that super surprising that a Moxley match kills the crowd in Philadelphia?
It shouldn't, but it does.
No.
You've seen it. That's it. It's just that simple.
Right.
My dog is barking for treats.
No, my dog Mark.
Is that a euphemism?
I was going to say,
my dog Mark. I said my dog barked for treats. I'm like, great, give him a phone.
No, my dog Mark is begging for treats. That's what I was saying. Are you sure it's not just Tony Khan? He's just begging frogs.
Rest in peace, Dan Masters. Wow, ring announcer.
Wow, a lot of, I guess, T's and P's going on today.
Victor, you're just full of good news, buddy.
Right.
Take 2 hoes and call me in the morning.
Come aboard the train.
Bullet Club vs. Trey Miguel, Laredo Kid tomorrow night on Impact as well. It's going to be a good match. There you go. Some more good names. Right. Wheeler Yuta beating the hell out of MJF was fun, but it couldn't have been done better. You're fucking up MJF.
Right. You're destroying what you have left of him and you're stepping on your toes. We could sit here and go for another 2 hours punching up that whole show and rewriting it and making it we could sell you on a whole better show as we sit here full of adult beverages and vitamins and write you a better show than anything Tony Khan's probably put out in the past month.
Facts. But that being said, folks, we could talk all goddamn night about this stuff. We can continue to go on about AEW, Tony Khan, and all the other stuff. We didn't even talk. We mentioned it maybe twice, the White Rabbit tonight. So I'm very impressed by us and the crowd out there that stayed away from White Rabbit for an evening. But tomorrow is the night to do it. Tune in tomorrow. Bring your opinions, bring your attitude, bring the same vigor that our fans always bring to this channel. But tomorrow, let's rumble. We'll have a special guest on live with us. And then CJ should be here. Nick should be here. I should be here. We all should be here.
Why?
So it's going to be a good one. And we're going to dig into all this stuff. And we'll see. Because I know we don't agree on all of this together. But that's it, folks.
Absolutely. Bring that same energy. Bring that same intensity. And I better see all y'all here. Because that's when, we're not watching the show. This is when you get our true, unfiltered, unscripted opinions and all of that of just we're going full board on it. Right.
The Rumble is on, folks. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, tell everybody we are here. We do it on a different level, and we will not stop. Friday doubleheader, Saturday GCW, and then we're back through go-home shows next week. Hopefully, Dynamite can bounce back. A brand new look for NXT. Here we go. The wrestling just keeps getting better. And even when it sucks, we never do. Tonight is evidence of that. Nick, any final thoughts?
Oh, I missed the wrong comment.
Night.
Well, first there, I like Victor's comment here. Until next time, same bat time, same bat channel, same wrestling time, same wrestling channel. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
That's it, folks. And until then, we'll see you on the flip side.